Good evening, everybody. There, welcome to Commander Unshackled, and this show here is the first Saturday of every month. There, so hopefully this will be asked to the panel there out in YouTube land there, and somebody needs to mute their YouTube, I think.
Hi everyone.
Oh, there's Trickster. So on the show there we got Trickster, we got Mr. Rummel, the One, Dutch, and Dubba. Well, guys, how are you? What have you been up to?
Hello, good evening.
Just smashing bases.
That's a good idea there. Well, everybody, I think we have to, for Unshackled, I think for all of War Commander, Shadow Killer's Return. What's your views on that?
Yeah, I think it's good, and I think it's also a good boost for Unshackled if he's coming back, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and another question is, how long do you think it will take him to be current?
Depends on how long he gets in Hangouts. If he gets in Hangouts a lot and all that, I'd say maybe. I mean, really, when we get him to Darkstorm, he's going to be current. But I'm sure he hasn't forgotten a lot of his. He'll probably have to relearn ranges and stuff. But he's been playing for so long. I'm sure his skills and all that are still ingrained in his memory.
Also, there's so much more knowledge given out now, I think.
Yep.
Via Hangouts and people doing videos and stuff like that. There, it's great. So, is there? Hello there, Spencer. How you doing there?
I'm looking forward to him coming back. It'll be good because it's been out what, a year?
I think he's done a few upgrades and things like that. Maybe a CC and maybe
I don't think it's going to take him long to catch up.
Maybe as far as upgrades, maybe, but as far as like skill and being able to do current bases and all that, I think he should be fine. Give him a month.
Yes. I just think that he still have the. It's like got the old school of Mr. Rummel there. You know what I mean? He has that bread and butter skill there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, he will be all right getting back in the game, I think.
I think he's got a lot of, I'm sure he still has his usual enemies, you know what I mean? But I think he's got more fans than enemies.
Well, I think he made a new one after today.
Maybe. So what else? So the new CC 14 is coming out.
Yeah.
So what's all your views? I'm just going to screen share this one here. This is put up by Skip Chat, so thank you very much for doing all the updates and keeping. And this is actually 100% there. So, Jobs, do you want to run through that there, do you?
Yeah. So there was a player asking about if we can get some secret inside information and whatnot. And Mr. Golden Doodle was happy to oblige. And so looks like we're going to be getting improved resource storage that comes with it, the ability to guard your resources from being stolen.
So what way do you think that's going to work?
Yeah, what do they mean by that?
Are you going to have like a bunker where you can store stuff and you have to upgrade it?
Yeah, but if a player hits you, it will mean you don't lose your rest or something. I don't get the point what he means about it.
It must be a bunker where you actually store something, I would say.
It'd be nice if it was like Warpath, where like you wouldn't lose res, but they would like lock that
in that building.
Somehow it's it says improve resource storage that comes with the ability to guard your resources from being stolen. So somehow maybe we can guard our resources, I guess.
Yeah, maybe with a shield or something new, interesting thing or something.
But we have to see that in 2 weeks.
Just put units on top of your storage, and then you kind of guard it. You know, that's how you can currently guard it until whatever this is comes out.
Or can you guard it with Thor? You know what I mean? Or something like that there, or goals, you know what I mean? Some sort of boost.
What's it? Onyx bubble. Like that shield that Onyx had. That would be cool. Put a little bubble over it.
So,
It says defend, so it's going to be somewhat to attack or going to attack you.
to guard, what's your definition of guard? There's no war game that has to be a unit, you would think, but
Yeah, I'd say it's going to be
protect.
or
I don't know. That's something we will see in 2 weeks.
maybe something like a caretaker just to guard your res, or
improved production bonuses for barracks and war factory.
So right now, those give repair reductions, as well as production time reductions, as well as text reductions when you go to buy tokens. So I'm thinking with that one, we might be getting, of course, just me speculating as a player with all this stuff, but thinking that we might get like a bigger number on that repair reduction, and then maybe even a better text exchange with that. Because it says improved bonuses. So if it's doing all the bonuses, then it could be. Well, it says just the barracks and war factory, so they left out the airfield. But I don't know if that. Yeah. And here we have Max the War Dog participating, and he was saying that.
So Max,
he agrees with this CC14, and he loves it. Daba Phoenix, the Dog Whisperer.
Yeah, sorry guys, my war dog gone off.
give an actual Omega War Dog. Fair play.
Yeah.
Good for you there. So there's emergency production for barracks and war factory, which turns them into unit spawners on defense.
This one, I think it's. It sounds like, and the community in Discord has been thinking, and even some of the shows, that at some point, or maybe even at the start of the battle or whatever, that units will spawn out of these buildings, kind of like they do for Kixeye, and fight for you. Something that was brought up in, I think it was a hangout or something, was this could be beneficial to you, but also it could hurt you, because if the units coming out aren't really too powerful to ward off a jug, they could be used to target with the jug shot. So I just have to be careful with the placement of this building.
And also with I'm just thinking of zombie tech, you know what I mean? They could turn around there and fight against you.
So he's marching towards you. You hit him with the zombie tech. He turns around and goes back into the base.
Yeah, so it could be a Harry Carry there, so it could be. But again, it's tactics, you know what I mean?
And
better bunkers. That's the next one there. What does better bunkers mean to everybody?
Well, if you say better bunkers to me, I will assume extra upgrades on the bunkers.
Yeah, but no. But what makes a bunker better?
The armor on it.
More health.
More health? More range?
Kixeye actually answered that. I think it was Golden Doodle. So somebody asked, hey, Golden Doodle, can we get some details about quote, better bunkers, quote, please? He says, tougher with higher capacity. So
yeah. So I figure then extra upgrade, so you will get extra space.
Yeah, we'll expect extra upgrade there, but but what makes them better? You know what I mean? There's no point upgrading them if you're not going to get extra.
Well, if there is more space inside them, so you can fit in more units, so that will be more powerful.
All I'm saying is I want just 10 more space, so that's why I can put 2 sharpshooters and a liberator. Right now, I'm 10 space off from putting that Liberator in there with those two, because that'd be 560 instead of 550. I just want 10 more space, and then I'll be happy.
200
Faster.
extra space.
Faster, cheaper swapping for platforms. Have we not sort of got that already?
Well, that's what I was in the Discord asking him about that, and I said, we're all, we have 5-second upgrade, 5-second swap overs, but especially for the platforms now, because I think all the platforms should be instant. Now the turret tops, some of the old legacy turrets, like the
Yes.
like the laser and stuff, you probably got a swap over time. I know with the shock turret, I think it was like a 2-day swap over time that I spent to help somebody with the community when they released that shock turret a few months ago. Yeah, because I wanted to see if it was something new or whatever, and so I thought it was an instant one, and then they said, 2-day swap time. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's interesting. So my dozer was busy for 2 days, but maybe stuff like that. But the platforms, I think, are instant. I don't know what that is. Hunter out on YouTube says cloaked bunkers with shields. That would be interesting.
Oh yeah.
Does that include heavy platform? Maybe the swap time for heavy. No, I thought that was heavy instant too. Looks like that already.
Also, adding all units that exist to the Google bar, not just units you own. So basically, even if you don't own that unit, you can test it out. And that's a good thing there, basically, for events and stuff like that. That's a goal. Add that there, you know what I mean? It'll give you an idea there of your playing style, or do I need this unit or not, or how many do I need?
Yeah, I think the community asked Kicksai for that, and they finally make it happen, so you can go bar test your own base and hit it all day long.
So we'll have this, if you're coin, August 15th. I think the CC's coming out, but Ramiro, will we be able to test Ramiro in the go bar? That would be interesting. Because we have him, but technically he's kind of sort of in the game. We're just 6 weeks out now, but well, 7 if you count actually 8 if you count the 2 events, but because obviously there's no shadow ops for the events, but yeah, it'd be neat if we could test Romero in about a week, 2 weeks.
So
There's a go bar in 2 Wednesdays. Oh, it's releasing on a Wednesday. Nice. It is the 15th. Costly for Hunter's a little costly for heavy platforms with the res and Thor. Yeah, I think with that bunker one, I think they were gonna make it cheaper to swap to. I think it was saying in there, like res. Yeah, faster, cheaper swapping. So maybe they reduce it so this way medium swapping. Mediums and lows.
So what does everybody think there of that there and Discord and the interaction between the does anybody use the forums now, or is it all Discord, or people half and half, or what is it?
I don't really use any. Pop on Discord now and again.
No, I'm not that much on Discord. Most information I get from either the forum or in Hangout speaking with you guys.
Yeah, Hangouts is there.
Just mainly Hangouts.
Hopefully, Hunter is asking, does that include heavy platforms? Well, I hope so.
Yeah, but about the Discord thing, you get a lot of good information there, and the Kicksai employees always post there first if something new comes up in the channel. And it links directly to the forum, so it's good to be on there.
And here we go. I got something from Friendly Fixer in the main Discord. It says emergency production does increase the size of your base defenders. So from how I'm reading that, we're gonna get from 3,800 up increased. So that'd be interesting, especially with the judge taking 562.
It increases it.
It says emergency production does increase the size of your base defenders. So, like if we get spawner units, I don't know if we get to pick the spawner units that come out, or if it's just going to be kick units and we're just.
Yes, that's what it does. That's what it'll do there.
I'm thinking it might be like a drone silo.
Like, yeah, you can put something in there. Yeah,
but it would be neat if you just got the standard base defense as well, or like just because right now you can put what do you got? 5 tunes of 3,000, so that's 15,000 ground and 12,000 air, with your 4 air platoons, and you just ruby that and you can flat most bases. So bases are really easy to flat if you're really determined and you got lots and lots of units.
Are the token base? I think Hunter. I think Dutch maybe is going to do one later on for us, hopefully.
What base?
The 155 base. Hunter's asking there about the Arda token base.
Well, I haven't been mastered one exactly yet, but I'm currently testing and find my pieces with a Darkstorm, Poly, and Technical platoon. But
they're tricky enough there. I just wish they would increase the time there to 10 minutes rather than 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, it would be nice if you can make them like 50-minute attacks.
Or an idea came up earlier. If they put a bubble over it, so you're the only person that can hit that base.
It's very good there. There's Mike. Mike is a legend there. He's got his Arda at level 10. My God.
Ouch.
Well, level 10 Arda, it's definitely worth it. I mean, I've been seeing some
very
tests.
Good there, Mike. Congrats there, Mike. Good job there. Come to my section, open the queue for me, please. Thank you.
My Arda is level 8, and it's actually a quite nice unit.
Anton, can you turn my mic up a little bit? Saying I'm a bit quiet on YouTube.
Let's see. How can I do that?
Just go to the control panel, and then on his mic, it'll have like a little volume thing, and just slide it to the right all the way.
Yeah.
How do you do that, Dubs?
At the top, at the left where you go to screen share, right below that, there's like a little gray box, and then click it, and it'll say control room.
Yeah.
And then go to Trickster, and then there's like a little volume button.
Perfect. Got it.
Is that any better, guys?
In fact, I'm turning everybody up. Including myself there. That's brilliant.
Yeah, Mike said yep.
Usually those that are soft-spoken, when I have the powers, I turn them up a little bit. This way they're good for YouTube.
Yeah, no, you are way too loud. I have to turn my volume down for you, though. The neighbors can hear you.
What was said on Discord? They're going to rework the hammer and next base is true. I think they already. AJ says, "Hope what they said on Discord that they're going to rework the hammer and next base is true." I think they reduced it like almost the day of the release. I don't know if they've done any of the other changes, but they're not out today, so I can't exactly like check them. But I guess it's just the Ardra one out because I spent like 20 minutes looking for the Nyx one because I still need that one. But then I checked the forums and yep, it's only the Ardras that's scheduled today.
Yeah, only Ardras, and they haven't been touched them yet since the first time they touched them. I'm not saying they are undoable.
Right.
I think I'm getting pretty close to them on a decent level. But it's definitely a challenge. I mean, yeah, I do see a lot of videos. It's not spamming and stuff. But
what is the Nyx? Oh yeah, the Nyx is the quickest one.
I try to avoid that.
The Animal's offering you YouTube. If you just offer him, he'll make you tea or coffee if you open up the bases for him. There you go. Are you offering crumpets as well? because you can't have tea without crumpets. From what I hear from our England friends. What we got here? It's just
Hi,
about
Michael.
200 years. Ooh. Oh, just this.
Crickets.
Looks like Anton's doing a 45 here. And he's doing it just with one envoy. The shadow op spaces aren't too bad as long as you have like certain basic units. You could do this with a Bonesaw or a Fury or pretty much any air. You can start it off at least. And I popped Growler in there just to hit the drones, to hit the power plants. Plus, it just kind of gives a little cover for the envoys. Not about the what's it? Those Eastern Horde guys. They hit ground only. They don't hit the envoys, so or any air. So you're pretty cool. Is that? Oh, what's up, Hawkeye? Welcome. Welcome. Welcome, City.
Hello, guys.
Hi, guys.
I'm good, guys. How you doing?
All good?
I'm trying to catch up with the stream. I've paused it.
So we went over the CC stuff a little bit, talked about it, and now we're.
I've not got myself muted. I apologise.
Now we got whatchamacallit. Anton's doing a 55 with 100
Yeah, I think it's okay.
just to help the lowers. Oh, I didn't even see him take out the hunters and all that. So I missed part of this attack.
This guy has followed me. Oh, I'm being it again. He's in my base.
Yep. Mike in YouTube says corners first, watch your angles. War Commander is a game of angles, and so if you get the angle right, even if you're a millimeter off, you could get hit by a turret. And I found that out a lot with the hunter turrets. And the if you approach them one way, you're fine. If you approach them the other way, you get a millimeter, you get hit. It's like the old what is that unit? The Warhawk. The Warhawk. Sometimes you would get within millimeters of your target and of a flak tank.
Sorry to interrupt. I was only popping on to say hello, guys.
Yeah, hello, City.
I hope you have a good show. Yeah. Love you guys. Take care.
Yep, thank you.
Later.
See you later.
So, like,
This was at the envoys. I just popped over to Anton's screen. There's a whole bunch of like missiles firing at an envoy. That was weird.
somebody's bearing a grudge.
Oh, there's a Billy. There's a night. Not a nightmare. Yeah, there was a nightmare in there. I didn't even see him. Yeah.
Oh, guess who's in my sector?
Yeah, I know who you mean. He was already here.
Yeah.
Don't mention the name, please.
It's not name and shame on this shoe.
It's question mark, question mark. So,
Yeah.
No, that's what sector I'm from. Question mark, question mark, question mark.
yeah.
Sector 1 officially got locked down. want to jump there and said full.
Any info out about this sweep yet, guys? Maybe to tell the public.
Well,
It's an interesting subject. We all want to know it. I'm sure. So.
I think Kickstarter said in the Discord they were going to sweep some bases, but I don't really have any details on that. I just saw like the Discord comment.
Yeah, I don't think Kickstarter will give us the information because then we can prepare for it. So.
All I'm saying is there's a lot of sectors I'm gonna go visit when the sweep happens, if it happens. But so there was seen a 45 done by Mr. Anton Airlines, and so if you're a medium level, you got technicals or the Envoy, Furies, pretty much any kind of unit like that. You really don't need a mega units to do these things. And even the 45 or the 70s and the 90s, like 45s for like lower mediums, 70 medium, lower high, and then the 95s definitely for like a higher level. Although if you have envoys and patients, you can actually do the 95. So, but yeah. Okay, cool. Anton, you still around?
I'm not sure what's happened.
I think he's taking a dump, so we better continue the show.
Okay.
Well, I wanted to screen share some bases, but
You can
he's got controls, so.
Oh.
Don't you have it? Same here.
I wanted to show the what's that place? The judge base.
Who has presentation at the moment?
Just Anton. He's the Unshackled person.
Okay.
I hope he didn't fall asleep.
He dropped out, guys. Anton.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he will be back. No worries. No worries.
Okay.
Just continue like normal.
What is his
Well, if he's not, we better have a shout out ready.
Just when you're screen sharing, don't screen share the side chat. Like hit the little X at the top right for the side chat when you screen share.
Hello there.
Anton's just got back in.
Yeah,
He's back online. He will join.
You got the wrong hangout link. Producer one.
It's whenever City left.
Yeah, you need to get the correct link and on the producer link in the producer chat.
Yeah, and that's what happened there. Sorry, guys, there.
You're still on the wrong one.
Yeah, you have to get on the right one because otherwise it'll kill the show.
Yeah, you have 5 minutes left, Anton.
I'll change over there.
Chat.
Yep, back out in 2 seconds, okay?
Yep.
Hello, Debo.
Hi, Debo.
Please hold on, guys. Technical difficulties.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, Debo?
Good evening.
So, Debo,
Yes.
when Anton gets back, are you able to show one of them Sentinel token bases or for the Ardra? Like we've discussed earlier?
Crap, I'm not even in game.
No time like the present. You should be in game by the time he gets back.
As soon as I get done doing what I'm doing, I should be able to, yeah.
Make sure you keep the citizens of Gotham safe.
I'm actually smashing some people in Clash of Clans right now.
Hello there, guys. Sorry about that there. A bit of teething problems there. I just want to blame Debo anyway. He's the first person I saw.
That's definitely the right person to blame.
Well, maybe we'll see. See how long I live. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How's it going?
Yep, we're talking about the new information about CC14. Have you got any of that information?
I
Have you?
have not actually looked at it yet. Any good stuff coming with it?
I think it's all good stuff there myself, but it's there's Dubs. You can run through there just roughly there what it was. There's going to be
I heard we're getting better bunkers.
yes. So we've got improved resource storage that comes with the ability to guard your resources from being stolen. Improved production bonuses for barracks and war factory. Emergency production for the barracks and war factory, which turns them into unit spawners on defense. Better bunkers. Faster, cheaper swapping for platforms. Adding all units that exist to the Google bar. Just not only the units that you own, but all units.
Well, that'll be interesting because I do a lot of testing with the Go-Go bar. So being able to hit myself with exactly what kick size is going to be hitting me with is going to be pretty good.
Well, it's units that are player owned. I don't think we'll be able to hit ourselves with like the the Eastern Horde crap and all that. But I think it's just like, for instance, I don't have the Oni Mark 1, and so I can hit myself with Oni Mark 1 or the Warden tank I don't have, so I can hit myself with that. Stuff like that. Like so for people that don't have like the Siege Squadron, they don't have it unlocked or whatever, they in theory would be able to go bar test the Siege.
The way I see this, and hopefully Kickstarter will use this the right way there, hopefully, but if they want to release a unit, say in a week's time, hopefully they can release it in the Go-Go bar.
Early, so that way we can see it.
Hopefully that's the way I would love them to do it. That say there's the event's coming up on the Tuesday before the event. Oh, that unit looks rubbish there. I'm not going to bother my backside doing the event. And then you Go-Go bar test it there, like a geek. And you find out, holy God, like I'm going to take a day off work because of this. Hopefully that's the wow factor you're wanting to get.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, that'll be cool. Do we have a date set yet for the new town hall?
I think it's
whatever. I'm sorry, man. I'm playing a different game as we talk. Command Center.
Yes, 15th of August.
15th. Is that tentative or is that official?
Official, yes.
All right.
And Debo.
Yep.
And we're looking at 450 million resources, not confirmed.
I heard that too. That's a little low. I don't know.
They're throwing us a bone.
Yeah, but are they throwing us a bone on how many days it takes?
I mean, I expect CCs to be long because they're once every 6 months. So
Used to be once every year, so
at least it's not what you call it. At least it's not like our turrets where it's like a long time for multiple of them.
Yeah.
That's a little bit more palatable, but like, one turret takes like 30, 40, 50 days, I think. So then you multiply that by 18 and that's just your standard turrets. And then I think it's 18 turrets. And then you get 4 heavy turrets and then those as well.
I expect CC14 to be around between 12 to 14 days. There would be a rough gauge that would be there, but not an exact gauge, but that would be a rough gauge. So that's what you can sort of expect there. So, but it's good to know there what data is coming out there so you can plan your upgrades and that there. You know what I mean?
Someone from Kickside, player had asked if there was any more details about the CC14, and Kickside released the biggest one yet in Discord, and that is it's going to be a little bit bigger than the standard CC. So, just throwing that out there.
So the footprint's going to be bigger?
No, the image.
Oh, okay. You got me all messed up right now. That would have sucked.
Oh yeah, you have to make it like a millimeter bigger.
No.
It feels like a millimeter bigger. It would throw off my OCD and my base. because my base is centered around the CC. So, I think I was thinking about making a base where I just throw the CC out there and just nullify the siege squadron, and this way they can't really phantom with the siege. Well, I haven't seen anybody really doing that anymore. Yeah.
So, Tubbs, you were going to do a base there. What base were you going to do?
I was going to do the level 5 Shadow Ops base with Omega Blackout and Sandstorm. Show you how not to do it. Now,
What levels are Sandstorm though? You can't do it.
Yeah, you might not be able to do it. You need an Omega Sandstorm for that. All right.
Hello there, Godscope. How are you, buddy?
I might pull anything else when it turns screen. Actually, let me turn that off. Get that. Okay. So I'm going to screen share. And hide that. Oops. Got too many screens. All right. Yeah. I know what I'll do. Those are my other tabs. Okay, cool. All right. Can you present me?
Yeah, I'm presenting you now.
All right. So, I've got a new base design. I'm not really happy about it for those playing at home. But I'm going to show you guys how to do the judge bases because they are out today. So,
Yeah, they are.
Yep. I had a little hiccup earlier today, but Kickside was able to get them fixed because they weren't spawning. So because of that, they're actually going to be spawning until 10 a.m. Pacific Sunday, which would be 1, so it'd be 6 o'clock GMT, 6 p.m. GMT for those who don't live in the U.S. And that's 6 p.m. GMT on Sunday. So, yeah, it's a nice little extension that they gave us. That's about when they spawned today. It was about 6 GMT. So, I got some phalanx here, and basically that's just to kill the spawning acolytes. You can use technicals or just anything that moves and shoots. Heck, even ERMs and vindicators. It's not really. It's whatever you find necessary. And so, come on. Okay, so now I gotta find a judge base. Here we go. And kind of, sort of, may or may not be in a war sector, so I'm gonna go ahead and surround this with my Spartans. So allow me 1 moment to get that all set up. And if you are in need of these, then there's a good way you can help your clan mates. Oh, we got Mr. Anton Airlines right next to this base I'm doing.
Oh, holy God, I can see it.
You got some prime real estate, because I got some prime real estate too. I didn't know you were that close to me. All right.
Yes, about 20 hours time there, roughly. Good man there, Godscope. Keep it classic. Stay safe.
Alright, how I'm doing this because I haven't done one of these in about a week. Oops. Nope, go away. not mean to do that. Okay.
Oops.
So here you have some tips. Got range, collect 8 parts. Yeah, so let's see what happens.
Walk and talk us through here, Dubs.
Will do. Just wait for it to render in and load up and all that.
I'm talking about the judge. Does everybody have their judge in their defense or not?
No, mine's still building.
Will it go in there?
I have a judge here.
Is it good or bad or what?
I love it. To be personally, I like my judge in my base. It's a good unit to have in there. So I personally I like it. Yeah. I still haven't figured it out how to use it properly, so I'm still testing it.
So do you need more hunters in your base because of the judge or not, or what? What do you?
Oh, yeah, I'm still testing it, so I can't say anything about it.
Well, the judges.
For basically, I like the way how you can free aim it with the A key, and it scares players off to deploy even at the deploy spot, so it's good.
So I totally forgot that I had Ruby on because I was farming the res earlier for Spec Ops. But you want to make sure it's off. And also you want to deploy from down here because you got a lot more room. Because you deploy like right here where my mouse is. But yeah. So now this is the part where you have envoys with splash. If you don't have the splash tech, you can still do it, but I'm very what do they call that? Like a traditional like once I find a way to how to do a base, I stick to that way and I stick to the target points.
How many envoys have you got there? 7 or 8 or what?
I got 10 of them here.
10. So you're hitting the second wall on the right angle, are you?
I'm gonna go all the way on the left and then I'm gonna start it because you can start over here on the right and work left, but I just got it. I just got the distances and all that memorized from the left. So hit the third wall block there. That'll knock out the storm. And then I usually turn around just in case that stuff wants to charge me. Then I target this stuff. A few of these. Because basically what we're doing now is we're trying to get that caretaker dead. So there's a grass patch right there. You just got to click to that and then run away. Turn back. I wish I could get rid of this stuff right here. It gets in my way. Now, for some reason, when you hit, that stuff won't aggro at you. I don't know why, but mum's the word.
Nobody will see it. Nobody will see it.
You'll be okay.
All right, now there's a seeker right there. You want to target this wall. And that'll knock the seeker out. Usually 2 rounds will do it. Then you want to run for the hills because of that Valiant. Valiant really doesn't do too much damage to your envoys, but still you really don't want to get hit by them. Now I'm just saying, we have faction stuff. So the Valiant is a faction for Sentinels, and envoys are Sentinels. So why would he want to shoot his own fellow faction member? I don't know. And this really doesn't matter the wall because you're just trying to splash onto that. Now, Bunker's got Acolyte on it, and Acolyte range is, I think, 400 with the tech. And, 50% boost and all that with the walls. It usually you need 2 rounds on that, but you can get away with. All right, now this one is right there, the wall directly underneath of it. And that should knock out that hunter. Awesome. Now we talk about this on Unshackled a lot. Go bar or the defense lab's got to go. So that's why I'm killing that. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about this hunter up here. The third wall in, or second wall, just to be safe. Because I've targeted that third wall and I've gotten hit before. Come on, please don't get hit. Awesome. And once again, see, look, he's trying to betray his faction. He's trying to betray his faction right there, but chasing his own faction people, that's not cool. You gotta be loyal to your faction. Alright, so now what I'm gonna do is, and there's another reason you want to have phalanx down here, and that's for him when I later on. His envoys don't shoot air. That's their one Achilles heel. They can take a beating from, like, they got a lot of health. They're not really squishy, but they can't hit air. They do a lot of damage. They got range, but they can't hit air unless it's like splashing. All right. So now what I do is I go to that spot right there. As soon as he turns away, you can click. And normally this guy would have died by that right there, that wall, but of course stuff happens on YouTube. So just need that. Alright, cool. Now the same thing like before. I'm just gonna keep running away and wailing on that Vindicator. Take your time, 46 seconds. So hopefully I can get that Vindicator. Normally I do this in one attack, but yeah. And it's actually good because it'll give me time to reposition my phalanx. Oh yeah, I got plenty of time. Basically, I'm just trying to get that caretaker out of the way. Because ultimately, I want to go kill that seeker. And notice when you kill the caretaker, the seeker runs away. I'm going to end attack because I only have like 10 seconds maybe. Now we will cover this up a little bit. Basically, what I'm doing here is I'm moving the one tune and I'm repositioning it so this way, you know, the locals can't take it because people aren't always so friendly in War Commander. All right, there we go.
Well, now it is a war game, so it's almost expected.
Oh yeah. Okay. If you ever see me hitting a base, I would expect nothing less. You try to steal it. If you steal, it's actually my fault for not. I was about 2 years ago. I was doing an event base, and I killed all my stuff, and I got it down to the last nick. Went to go take it, and the sector locals had taken it. And it was at that point I
Jack, how are you?
I taken like an hour of my life in this base, picking it apart, and then somebody just went and stole it. And I was like, okay. So I had to stop my event to teach him a lesson. Okay, and just for muscle memory, I should have put them in my alpha tune just this way they're up at the top, these things. But you take your mouse and draw a straight line over here. That's where you want them to be, kind of, sort of. And then this time you pray to Ruby that you don't get hit by that hunter. There we go. And again, he'll chase you and run away. Next, just looking to kill that bunker and that seeker, and then I'll be good. So, I think if I remember correctly, you can just straight up target the wall. Yeah. So you just keep firing shots on this, and then you run. And what I'm gonna get one more shot on that purifier, and then I'm gonna come in with my what is it? My phalanx for that Valiant. First, we're gonna kill this drone silo because I don't know what's in there, and I don't want to find out the hard way. Actually, ooh, okay, never mind. But if you're not lucky like I was, you can go ahead and bring your phalanx in here and just run him around. Now, at this point, target that wall. You want to knock out this bunker. In case the person that you're opening this for doesn't have high ranged units to attack from the back like this. Now we've got 33 minutes on this base that you can wail on it for whomever needs it. And at this point, also, if you want to bring your Herald in, you can bring your Herald. You just have to worry about that thing. Just drop the Herald on it. It'll do a lot more damage. So this is how you do this particular base. You don't really.
Double is not
Yeah, we don't really need to sit here and wait 20 minutes for these things to actually hit it, but I think it's like 5 minutes. But you guys got the idea. Yeah, make sure you kill that mine factory. It totally helps. But yeah, just sit here and wail on it for about 5 minutes, and you're good. Or with the Herald, if you've got a Mega Herald, take about 3 minutes or so. But you also want to take out that flak up there with the Herald.
Oh, he is on percent.
So I'm going to end attack, and then I'll show you my damages, because I won't get any more damage from doing that. I think I should have done all right.
Or is that a delay?
All right, 145 gold worth of repair. And I think I was repairing something else. There's no way that base gave me that much repair.
Hope not, or we're all leaving, so we are.
Hey, I got
just all leaving.
I don't know what in my base could be costing that much because everything's repaired. I don't know.
You must have got a lot of that.
There's your 2 minutes on that, and my phalanx. He got clipped, but if you were using technicals, you could actually outrange him. But I just kind of drove into him.
That's nothing there. You must have your zombie tunes or base tunes there, you know what I mean?
And I can heal that phalanx tune, bring out another one if you've got multiple. And you can actually let this one heal while you're working on the other one. That's why I got a lot of copies of units. I make a lot of phalanx and technicals, so this way I can swap them out. So when I'm doing one base, I can let the other one heal. Because like, if this is a 10-minute repair, 10-15-minute repair for that one block, then by the time I'm done that next base, it'll be within the free repair range. So you have to, if you're not filthy rich like me, I'm not, so you got to worry about managing repairs. And that's one way to do it, is just like multiple tunes and then let it heal while you're doing another base. All right, 2 coins or 15 minutes. Oh, wow, I called that right on the spot. There you go. So let that repair, and then you do another one. So free
Good
that.
job there, Dubs.
And then if you want, I can show the Shadow Ups one. The 95.
95, that's the one I think people are finding a little bit tricky. So they are.
Yeah, the 95 is a bit tricky. Indeed.
It's tricky, so that's right. It's just you need to get the road map.
Mm.
Yes, there's videos out there and that there, but you have to get your own style and that there. Like,
yeah, exactly.
people do fantastic videos out there, but I don't have the. It's not the units that I use either. You know what I mean? So I have to get a way there to do it there.
I've tried copying videos before, and I just haven't gone teched out to the same standard.
No, I'm the same there. I'm just in the, as you say, I'm in the back burner a wee bit there with some of the tech.
Yeah.
Alright, so while they fight over who gets that base, I will head on over to Shadow Ops. The most important thing of Shadow Ops is make sure you start it or repeat it before doing the base, unless you just want to do it for fun. I've done a lot of Shadow Ops bases for fun in the past, and it wasn't willingly. I just forgot to activate. Alright, so for this base, I would highly recommend technical, something that can move and shoot, and envoys.
I will. I was going to say something like that there, but I better not quote what that person said in the side chat there. But I might screen share it there later on there. So you're going to do the 95, and you're going to do the 95 with what units?
I'm hoping just envoys and technicals.
Yep.
I was able to do it with those in like off show. So of course with the show you got a little lag, but and I did get acceptable damage. It wasn't free, but of course I was a little lazy.
Fine there. It's not the fact that lazy. You know, it depends. You know, if I was doing a 95 at my bedtime and something, I was getting 3 or 4 hours damage there. I'm away to bed. I'm delighted.
All right, so I gotta quick do some math.
So what you all do? Do you normally do the 70s or the 45s or the 95s? What you all do?
No, I'll smash the 95s.
You go well, I don't go near them at all.
I take hours of damage.
Well, hopefully after screen sharing this, we'll be able to remedy that. And,
yes, you'll either do it for less damage or more damage.
I normally Furies and Nicks. That's it.
Yeah.
All right, so just with
That's
this
probably the way I would do them.
Then I'll go off to bed then.
Yep.
Just with this base, I'm gonna say do as I say, and some maybe hopefully do as I do, but in case something goes wonky, just do as I say. All right. So basically, what I'm doing now is I just want to make smaller tunes so I can coordinate with envoys and these in the base. That's 6. Because you can only have 3,000 space deployed, so I want to have some of these in there as well. So I'll put them in 3 squads. This way, if one squad dies, I got 2 more. All right. Now, where was this?
Have you activated your Shadow Ops? Have you?
I have. That's why I was giving the pointer because I was doing it. See, I'd love to see what these like this one is. You guys have a low account or whatever. Post a picture of this in Discord or on the Unshackled page or somewhere because I want to see what these little ones are, but I can't because I haven't seen one of these since like the Ryu Kai era. I just want to see if they're like fair, like if you'd be able to do them with a tune of Liberators or something for the lower levels. I remember grinding out 80 of these things, and it was interesting.
I could probably do that for you.
All right, so as you know, these 95s give 8,000 Shadow Ops points. So hold on. So look, we got some prime real estate. We're at the top of the sector. All right, so everything spawns at the bottom right. And so I will say I did watch a video on this, but I only used it to get the target points for these hunters. That hunter and that hunter. But other than that, I just kind of went at it myself. Now there is a video out there where I uses Titan to kind of cover for this this blue Tesla, but it doesn't do that much damage to me.
It's animal there. You probably do the same tunes as I do there. It's usually a caretaker or get damaged. That's good enough.
Yeah, I mean, if you bulldoze this to get and lose a caretaker, and that's it, it's actually not bad. Even playing through this, and why does it keep selecting the same one? Yeah, the reason I'm spreading them out is that will lock up these, and they will what do they call it? Scramble. So you don't want them. You don't want them all to scramble. Plus, you don't want all of them to hit the same point because then it'll knock out your targeting points. So the first targeting point is right here. Actually, hold on. I'm curious because I want to see how much damage that Tesla actually did. It looked like it actually hurt, but I wouldn't think it would do that much to air. Because it's not supposed to, I don't think it's supposed to really do damage because it scrambles, kind of like a shock turret.
Yes, Hunter, there, the Weaver, I think, is an underrated sort of unit there. I think people should, it can't really kill much there, but, it can do a lot of tanking there, sort of can there, and its repair time is very, very good.
Okay. Oh, yeah, and also if you go back in and, free heal your stuff, like I got 6 seconds of repair, even though that looked a lot worse.
Even on some PvP bases there, you can put a Weaver in there, and I can take maybe 2 or 3 there shots there from Dragons or a bunker and that there while you all you need there is something in to take that.
Hunter's talking about Weaver because it is like a free repair when you use it to kind of bait.
Oh, there's Skip. How are you?
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Are you back from your holidays, or were you just away your holidays when you were staying there?
I'm sorry, we had that rid run in that sector, and I had such a good time, and I got flattened. Hey, somebody took me up on my challenge to one city show. I had not been 100%ed in 3 weeks. One guy got me for 98% the other day when we were in Sector 22. I had been flattened 100% for 3 weeks. So somebody took me up on the challenge, and oh my God, did I get hammered bad. And I lost my judge. So that's another thing.
Good hits.
I learned from that. I learned a lot. I learned where my base is weak, and I need to fix it bad. Really, really bad. Props to Sector 94 where we did the rid run. I apologize to those of you because I didn't know what sector they were going to. Oh, my Lord. I had so many friends in that sector that I talked to every day in Discord. So, again, anybody who's watching the show, if you're in 94, it was all about fun. And to be honest with you, I think I hit 3 tunes before my base was attacked. And boy, did I get I won't say my panties handed to me because I don't wear them. But boy, did I get my ass handed to me big time. And I was online. But it was all good. It was all good.
All right. So...
as long as you have fun there, you don't mean this.
Yeah, I did. And the other thing I learned again about the donut hole. I mean, I'm going to use the donut hole even though somebody else uses it as a drinking word. The donut hole for the judge. I know that the team thinks that the judge is super, super OP'd, but I videoed my attack, and I'm glad. And I'm going to ask somebody else to do exactly the same thing that this guy did. He's in an active alliance. And so you know that he had the destroyer bonus running, okay? So those of you who are in alliances, you know what that means.
Yep.
His phalanx were level 20, okay? And they have diamond tech on them. And they're all tricked out with the highest techs that you can get for the phalanx because, yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can replicate the phalanx tech in your workshop if it's high enough. And, of course, they've been offering the phalanx techs out there. He almost was able to 100% my base with just a phalanx tune. Almost. Well, 100%. And I was absolutely, unbelievably floored by that. And I didn't kill the judge, but almost 100%. Then he by accident brought his blackout in. I'm sorry, because he brought it in by mistake, and I killed it with my rocket technicals. But then he brought his siege in, his Omega Siege. His Ravagers are high, probably the same as high as mine if they're not maxed out already. And I got his siege down to, I think, 2 planes. Don't hold me to that. It might have been 3. I have to go back and look. But he was able to dump so many Ravagers in my base. Eventually, even though I killed his phalanx off with what I had left in my base, eventually between the Spartans, which of course he can't control, but that's the only thing left in the base that's fighting, and his Ravagers, he completely decimated my judge. And it's too slow for me to get out of the donut hole range for me to target anything. So I'm going to talk to the team. They did see that on 2 other shows. They've seen it on some other videos. I don't know if they're going to consider it or not, but I'm going to ask them at level 20 that the donut hole get reduced. I think it's too slow to have such a big minimum range. I think the envoys are spot on for the minimum maximum range, but I don't think the judge is. I think either they need to reduce the donut hole in the center, the minimum range, because I mean phalanxes can get in there. I've got a few other people that have gotten their Spartan ZKs that have the fast running tech on them. I've had people get Drakens in on my judge really fast. We've tested that. And, of course, you want to have the maximum range. But if you know your Drakens and you're using them to attack someone, I've had people do these things in my base. And they have those techs. You think to yourself, oh, why would you ever have a run into or speed test or have something that rushes at something? You know why? Because if something has a minimum range, you want to be able to kill it. You want to be able to run under those envoys so they can't shoot you. And you want to blow them out of the sky. You want to be able to run up to somebody's judge and beat the crap out of it. And I'm telling you what, that's not a cheap repair when it's 100% dead.
So what do you think the range of the judge, if they were going to re-jazz it there, what do you think would be fair?
I think the range might be the minimum range needs to be squeezed. So I said about the donut hole, I think at level 20 that donut hole should be smaller so that you have a bigger minimum, a less of a minimum range. I think as far as the range is how far it shoots, and you can ask some of the guys from Sector 22 that hit my base and some people in Sector 161 that hit my base. I was excited that although it couldn't catch the ground that was hitting my base, their air was taking damage because as the judge would fire, the splash would damage their air. I actually got accused of cheating by one person until I sent them the information that the judge, when it fires, will damage your air if you're over top of the blast zone. I didn't say it would kill it, but it will damage it. Mm-hmm. So I think the range is fine. I think.
So is there a happy medium there and not there? Is it like 800, 400?
I think it needs to fire faster or turn faster, one or the other. It either needs to fire faster, have not a higher DPS, not more shots, but a faster reload speed or turn faster. Oh my goodness, there's a puppy dog. That's okay. Somebody's at your door. Yeah, I think the fire faster or turn faster. That's the other thing. It's getting ready to fire, and then I watch it, and it goes like as it's turning.
Normally, there with judge bases there, you would go in with 2 tunes of phalanx there.
Yeah, I mean
that wouldn't be so bad there. You wouldn't go in your big papa tune. You know what I mean?
This guy got my Roland. And I had my Roland in there for his siege squad. He was smart because he knew I had a Roland in my base. He was smart. He advanced scouted me. And he knew, because Roland with certain techs on it, if you have maxed out, the zombie tech would have been perfect. But he knew that Roland would shred the Ravisher. So he waited until he almost killed my Roland completely dead with his phalanxes. And when he got in my minimum range of my judge, and my Roland was right next to my judge, he just completely decimated the Roland. And at that point, the Roland had like a nick of life on it, and there was nothing I could do so he's smart. He was very smart. He played it really, really well. I mean, kudos to him, hats off to him, but it definitely shows me my weaknesses for sure. And he was the first person ever to actually 100% kill my judge. So again, it's only level 10, guys. It's got text on it, but it is level 10. But when I get it to level 20, yeah, it's going to be more powerful, but not that much more powerful. So, and the only other tech I'm going to be able to put on it is the treads. And I'm just like, that doesn't, you know, I mean, that's not an exciting tech for me. Give me some more reload speed or make that donut hole smaller.
Right now, it only goes to 10.
Yeah, I didn't like the fact that he could literally spin his phalanx around my judge and just completely obliterate it. I mean,
Yep.
yeah, it's kind of, okay, for instance, it's no different than us, like Daba did, or some of the other people have shared. It's no different than us going in and taking a herald and parking it over the judge and just being able to kill it with just a herald, and you just sit there dropping bombs, dropping bombs, dropping bombs. He took absolutely no damage while he was killing my judge with his phalanx. He just stayed in that donut hole and went around and around and around and around. I'm not mad about it. I'm excited because I see a weakness in the unit. And if that thing is going to cost as much as it did, because it was not easy to get, because I did coin and blitz some of my parts, meaning as in I coined my repairs and then blitzed the last 4 parts because it was only 29 coin to blitz the last one, so it was easier than doing the bases. Yes, I was lazy like that. But then I did the tech bases, and I didn't blitz those, obviously. So it wasn't cheap to get. I don't like to get a unit, and then, geez, as soon as I get it, it seems like, okay, here's this huge weakness, and everybody's exploiting it. So maybe just some gentle conversation from the community. Storm Chaser watching the show, which he will later because he's got the schedule. He subscribes to all the shows, so he's got them all on there. Maybe he'll hear this. Maybe he'll understand. Again, I have some people who have said that they want the change to the envoys. I disagree. I think their minimum maximum range is spot on. And if you know how to trick them out, a good combination with splash and regular rockets is good, because here's the thing. If you have something that has the reload speed that it's just a little bit faster and it sends 2 rockets out ahead of your other rockets on the envoy, you're basically baiting whatever's shooting at you to hit your reload speed envoy's rockets first. So then when your splash rockets go, they do more damage. Does that make sense? So you're basically using your one envoy with the faster reload speed. I forget which loader that is. You have to like smack me later for not knowing what it is. But those rockets come out first. So whatever's firing at you fires at your rockets first. So when your splash rockets come out, they're so busy firing on your reload speed rockets that you're able to do more damage.
Yeah,
so
you're doing a decoy.
Yeah, don't make all your, in my opinion, I mean, Jack, you could correct me on this because I've watched you use your envoys a lot too, Daba too. I don't think all of your envoys should have the splash tech on them. And do you guys disagree?
With those, what was it, that judge base that I just did?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely helps, because like this, can you see my screen share?
Mm-hmm.
This guy right here, it's on YouTube, but this guy I shot right here, and the splash landed there. It should have hit him. And I also fired a salvo of rockets here. That I fired 2 salvos. The first brought him to this health, and the second one did absolutely nothing on him, even though it landed in the same spot. So the splash. I'm a big splash person, so I like as much splash as I can get. So I put them all. I put them all in splash because this way they got a bigger AOE. Then because the reload speed's nice, but I'm not really a big fan of, because it's not like anything shoots them down. Now, if it was like the Hellstorms where the bullets were thin, I would.
Yes, exactly. So you do remember the old school, like the Hellstorms. That was pretty kick-ass.
Now, like,
right now, I didn't get to see that first tech. What was the first thing? I didn't get to see it. Was that for the Cerberus? I didn't get to see the first tech you won. I'm sorry. That was so fast.
Luckily, Kixeye actually has a feature.
Oh, I saw it. I caught it on the replay on YouTube.
Well, there's that too. But if you go into your base after getting something, Kixeye has a nice pop-up saying, "Hey, you won this," when you hop into the base. So
I see. Oh yeah, see, Hunter says he has only 2 splash and 3 reload speed. So he says he wants to change that change that and get another 2 splash. I tried that and then I switched it. So I did. No, I only run 5. I think I'm just down to 1 that has the faster reload, and the other 4 have the splash, because what girl doesn't love extra splash? But it seems to be working for me. But then again, I get in and I get out and get in and get out. And targeting, you showed it. I was watching on YouTube. Targeting walls instead of actually targeting the actual turret saves me a lot of time. I get in and get out and get in and get out. If I get nipped in the ass, no big deal. I love this splash.
Here's another bug. So I got 6 minutes and 37 damage on my air. If I was a little more careful with the technicals, they were kind of being laggy when I was trying to hit those little BFG guns. But never mind. There you go. I thought that. So yeah, I got 2 hours on that, but that's because they were being laggy. But if you bring 1 technical and do what I did with the BFG guns, just sitting there picking it apart, you can actually dodge the fire a lot better than if you got a bunch of them. So you should be able to get that with acceptable damage to that technical. If you have Jericho, that's even better with the range tech, but I wanted to show it with just normal units and not like specialized units. I figure everybody's got at least 1 technical and at least 1 handful of envoys. Envoy level really doesn't matter because they got 600 range. So you should be able to do them with level 1 envoys. I unfortunately can't retrograde my level back on them. So right now I'm rocking level 14s. So does this remote work?
So that was nicely done. Some of the bases there and that there. So this part of the show here now is going to be for about half an hour or so. There, it's going to be Ask the Panel. So is there? The first Saturday of every month is going to be Ask the Panel, hopefully. So it's out to YouTube or the panel here. We've got Skipjack and we've got Double on here, and we've a lot of experienced players. Like Debo, Trickster. In fact, everybody here is experienced here. I'm the novice, so I'm there. So if there's any questions there, fire them out. What you think, or what's good, or what's bad. As long as it's fun, I think we should rock and roll this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But we're all here, so if you guys didn't see the posts that I made to some of the pages on Shackle page, PB Cities page, if you didn't see about what was already released about CC14, it's already out there. It's in the public. If you guys don't know how to subscribe to the War Commander Facebook page, just look for the War Commander Facebook page. You don't really have to subscribe to it. You do have to click like. And then also go into your radio tower and accept notifications from KixEye. And also make sure you have not turned off your notifications on.
Is that fixed now there, Skipjack? Can you explain that? There are a lot of people were asking about that.
Sure.
About laws and stuff like that there, you know what I mean?
Which part? About why aren't they getting the messages or the notifications?
Yes, notifications. Whenever they send up to an email, there's a wee...
Yes.
The way there was a problem with privacy laws.
It's supposed to it also depends on your privacy settings for Facebook, and I'll admit, I mean, there's no way that KixEye can get around that. My privacy settings are set really, really high, and originally back in the day, you could name the sites that you would allow notifications from, and maybe because when I started playing War Commander, I don't know why my notifications for Facebook have never been turned off. For some people, their privacy settings, and my privacy settings are high. For some people, their privacy settings are preventing them from getting notifications from the War Commander Facebook page. That's not something that KixEye can control, but I would not suggest, because you can't do it the way you used to be able to do it, I would not suggest that you change your privacy settings just to get a notification from the Facebook page. Just check the Facebook page from time to time, because just about anything that comes out in an email will be on that Facebook page. And sometimes what comes out through the notifications through your radio tower comes out on the Facebook page at the same time. And the reason why I know that that happens at the same time is because CM Bernie is the one who handles all of that marketing, and he pushes it out all at the same time. I don't think it got pushed out all at the same time this time because CM Bernie is on vacation. So he left Thursday night for vacation, and he probably won't be back until maybe Monday. He's not 100% sure if he'll be in the office Monday, but he may be working from home. So I think what happened was that the notifications got pushed out through your radio tower, but didn't get pushed out for Facebook. Unfortunately, I did get mine through Facebook, but it was in my spam folder. So I can't explain that either. I have Gmail. I have trash folders, spam folders. But even though for Gmail, I had the settings to allow notifications from Kickside. You may need to go into whatever your email product is, whether it's Yahoo or Gmail, Hot, whatever it is that you're using. I don't want to name all of them. But whatever it is that you're using, and there is in your settings, there is a list of sites that you allow mail from. And because it's only those kind of notifications aren't going to be always weekly. They may just be monthly. They may be just once a quarter, but it should be just about monthly that you get those notifications. So make sure you go into, in my case, I have Kickside listed as allowed. But believe it or not, it ended up in my spam folder. I also have a social media folder, a promotions folder, and a regular. I check those on a regular basis because sometimes my Kickside notifications go into my social media because it comes from Facebook, and sometimes they go into my promotions because it comes from my radio tower. So you really need to pay attention to those. Just because it doesn't show up in your main email, it may be someplace else. Now, to KXL, which KXL stands for Kickside.com, and your radio tower. Both of those notifications go to KXL if you play from KXL. And make sure, even if you don't play from KXL, if you ever linked your Facebook game to KXL, make sure, go into your settings and click allow for notifications. Because if you have it blocked on KXL, your radio tower may not send you notifications because your radio tower, your KXL account is telling your radio tower that you don't want notifications. Now, after I said all of that, yes, there was a bug with the radio tower where it wasn't pushing out notifications, and I was assuming that that was fixed because I am getting the notifications. So I will check with Bernie. It's on my list. I will check with Bernie to see, did that break again? And if it did, we'll get it fixed. And then what I can do is I'll put a list together, if you'd like, for the Unshackled page, since I'm no longer a producer. I'll get a list together, and I'll give that to one of the producers. And you guys can post it on the files if you want to. You can post it on a page as a pin post on how to join the Discord channel, how to do your tower notifications, how to do your KXL notifications, and how to join the War Commander Facebook page and just click the like on the Facebook page. Because all those notifications should all go out pretty much within, again, the Facebook page, even if Bertie pushes it, it depends on Facebook as to when they send it out. He can't tell Facebook, send this out now. He tells Facebook, I want this to go out for marketing. Whenever Facebook decides to send it is when it goes. So as far as Kickside goes, if he wants a notification to be pushed out through your tower, it's going to go. So you might get something from KXL first before you get something from Facebook, but don't be discouraged. I'll get that information from Bernie. I'll find out what all those steps are. And I'm not saying don't go to forums, but if you really want real-time information and you really want interaction with the team, I can't say it enough. The best information that we get on a daily basis is from the Discord channel. If you would just give it a try for just one day, I promise you won't be disappointed. And especially when the team is there like they were yesterday. There were so many things that were shared with the community yesterday. I couldn't screenshot it fast enough and throw it into a folder. So if you just give it a try for a day or maybe a week, yeah, there's going to be people in there that'll be flamers. Yeah, there's going to be trolls in there. That's what the moderators are for. That's what I'm there for. And if you don't see my green light on, all you have to do is send me a message and I get a Discord notification. All you have to do is say, there's an asshat in Discord. I'll come right in there and I'll take care of it. Send it to Daba. There's an asshat in Discord. He'll take care of it. If you see Cybertoe's light on, there's a jerk in Discord. Can you please take care of it? He'll take care of it. I promise you that we will. We try to keep that clean. So just, you know, if you want some real-time information, that's also how many times you guys complained about KXL on the search feature, right? You go to try to search for something and it sucks donkey balls. I can admit that. It does. As a player, even as a moderator, it sucks donkey balls. Guess what doesn't suck donkey balls? Discord search. You type in CM Bernie, it gives you a whole list of things that CM Bernie has said in the last 24, actually it goes 3 or 4 days. And it tells you what room he said it in, and then you just click on it, and it'll tell you everything that he said about that subject. Everything Storm Chaser said that day. Everything Friendly Fixer said that day. Everything Golden Doodle said that day. Where he said it and what it was pertaining to, whether it was a bug report, a cheat report, an alliance post, an announcement post, or in the general room. You can see everything that every Kickside team member said in that day. If you don't have time for Discord to actually watch the community, you can at least log on and click through each one of those Kickside employees and look to see how much they discussed in that day. I'm sorry for saying donkey balls. Is that against the community standards? Oh, well. I used to raise animals. You know, that's what we called them. Sorry. Down south, we do call them donkey balls. So, no, we don't cut them off and eat them. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah. Well,
yes,
welcome.
I do, Trickster.
well, welcome Mr. Salty Nuts there. Sorry, well there, Mr. Salty.
Oh,
an old friend of mine there.
now
Thank
I
you very
do
much.
need a drink.
How you guys doing?
Yeah, we're all good, mate.
Hey, Salty.
Yeah.
Hi, Skippy. How you doing?
I'm doing good, but I need to go get some more water because I'm just drooling over that name, dude.
Here, thanks for coming along there anyway, Mr. M. Anyway there.
Is this your first time on a panel?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. It's probably just the first time I've ever been on a panel with you. I apologize. I see you in the YouTube chat all the time, but I didn't.
Oh yeah, I'm around.
It's been the first time in a while there, but I've been chipping away. I'm there, you know what I mean? And saying, no, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. Easy going guy there, not there, but a great addition there. So it is similar to Debo, I would say. You know what I mean? It's just lots and lots of knowledge there, but just easy going guy. You know what I mean? No hassle, no bother. Good to have him more there.
I'm back in a sec, guys. Just grab a.
So, Mr. Salty,
Yes,
CC14 and all the pros and cons, the good and bad with it there. What do you think so far?
I'm excited about it, and it's been a while since I've been excited about something in the game.
Ooh, can I watch? Can I come to your house? Can I come to your house on the 15th? Yeah, why are you excited about it? Seriously.
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of changes, you know, and the game shifting to a more defensive stance, and I think that's long overdue.
Yes.
So long overdue.
Yeah. Yeah. And I really don't have a lot left to upgrade, so I'm going to need some stuff to do.
But what you're saying about defense here, I'm exactly saying. My base is mine. I don't care if I do anything good, go, you know, attack it. It's my base. That's my master. It's my base. That's what you work on there, not there. You know, there's no point. I hate there. You remember the Dark Storm come along and people saying, well, just go on, defend it. And I'm going, huh? I spent 7 years trying to upgrade this thing. I'm not going to leave it alone now. So I think that's a good way. You know what I mean?
Yep, I agree.
And the judge as well, it's helped a little bit there in some cases, so it has.
Yeah, you got to be online for the judge to be really effective.
You have to be online there.
Except for me, where I got my ass handed to me by the guy who reminded me how big that minimum range is and got inside the donut hole and literally ran circles around my judge with his phalanx, and there wasn't a God blessed thing I could do, and I had to watch that thing die. It really hurt.
Well, it's a good thing. Good thing you got inside the donut hole. That gives you a reason to drink.
Yes, it did. It also gave me a reason to protect against it. But you're right.
Yep. It gives you, you know, it puts, it puts certain things inside that as well there.
Just put a level 10 armor inside that donut hole with it.
What you say,
You know
Deeps?
what? I'm going to put some icing around it so they want to lick the icing off first before they get
I said
All right.
just put
Hey,
your level 10
you're
murderer next.
laughing. You're laughing. I did say that to a War Commander team member. I think he fell out of his chair. Something. Give me a tech for my judge. Yeah, I don't know, like an icing slot. What? I know some icing I can just like rig around in the middle of the donut hole so they have to lick it off before they can get to the judge. Yeah, I think he fell off his chair. I wasn't kidding.
Mr. Salty Nuts there. We've got a
Yes,
question on YouTube there. Who is going to show us how to do the Ardra token base? Do you want to do that, do you?
Oh, goodness gracious, no. I have not hit a single one of those.
Then it might be up to me then, maybe.
I think I have a video for an
It's,
object.
it's a very, very tricky base, so is there.
I got a way, but it's not really without missiles.
Oh, that's the 155 base, right?
Yeah, it's a tricky base there, so is there.
Yeah, the goal is to get it to 29 gold blitz and just keep hitting that button.
I know. It's probably cheaper, so is there.
I would say so.
Debo, can you show us how to get it to that 29 gold thing?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, show us. Len has one. He says he can do 5 bases, then change or repair his technicals out and do 5 more and then repair the tune. So, but that was posted on 7/13, so I don't know if the bases have changed that much. But yeah, Debo, see, daggone it! And frack, you're both side by side. What the heck? Is this a Google Hangout conspiracy? Did they put doxing Debo right next to Dava every single time?
I think they alphabetize us, so DO and DOB and DOX.
Oh, that's right, because then there's Dutch and then Hawkeye.
I just like the double D's on the end, that's all.
Oh, yeah, well, I got your triple D's, baby.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I am first in this, I'm on the far right. Normally, Dark Shadows is there. But
oh, that's right. That's right. I didn't think about that. Let me go to, have they changed the Ardra bases at all, Devo?
I think they're the same.
I don't believe so, but I'm not gonna lie. I didn't remember that they were a one hit only.
Yeah, I wanted to do a PSA public service announcement. I actually noticed in Discord that there was a player that thought that Kixeye made them one hit only now, and they were complaining. And they have always been one hit only ever since day one.
Yeah.
Otherwise, a lot of us would not have. A lot of the people that blitzed it probably would not have. But there was a lot of community feedback. The first day, they wanted a lot more time or multi-hit base because they felt that it was a little rough. So then I think Kixeye actually leveled down the hammer one, the Roland one, and the Nyx one with lowering a lot of the turret levels, if I'm not mistaken, and maybe even some of the unit levels in there. But I think that was done like day one. So. Yeah.
I'm screen sharing a video of the Ardra base if you want to look. I mean, that's up to you. If you want to, I can present myself. So that way Debo doesn't have to kill his tunes, but that's up to him. If you want to do it, if you want to watch the video and then watch the video that I'm watching.
You want to do one there, did you?
I can try one. I'm not sure.
Debo, I want to watch you kill your stuff.
That's fine. I'll kill my shit. I don't care.
There we go. We're screen sharing Dutch. Dutch is going to do one there now. Hunter?
I'm not sure if it's going to be all right, but hey, I'm just going.
I'm going to keep watching when I'm looking at it. I see he uses some Mavericks and technicals, so I'm going to watch while you guys are doing your thing too. I'm going to finish watching this video. Full tune of technicals, grip tires, streamline plating, and something. Shit, I missed it. Shit, let me back it up.
All I'm saying is...
crap almighty. Come on. Daggone it. Hacking handbasket. What's it called? Topic weapons, something or another. Crap. I can't read it so small. Oh, well.
Technical shoot the envoy bullets. That's good to know.
Topic weapons handling 3. I don't know what that is for technicals, but I'm sure I have it.
It does.
Are you watching Side's video?
Toxic weapons handling gives corrosion to technicals.
Okay.
But what's it? You can use technicals or envoys to bait technicals because they shoot the bullets. I just noticed that in this video, or not the video, but Dutch doing his base.
It is. Oh, good. Okay, didn't catch up. Wow, that was really good. Yes, Cyram did have a really good video on it too. It was going to show us how to do it. Okay.
Very good, Dutch. Very good, Dutch.
Well done.
That's the. Is that the poi or the just a cycle up for what is it?
Right now he's using technicals to knock out these envoys.
Yep, technicals and Darkstorm, right? Cool.
Yeah, technicals.
And you got 7 minutes to knock this base out, so as soon as you hop in, you got to hit the ground running.
Yep. You got to hit it right. Have a good connection. I'm not blaming your computers, but please have a good connection. If you've been PvPing and you've been fighting all day and you've been hitting bases, you know, for the past 20 minutes before you decide to do the Ardra bases, just run a cleaner before you do this base so you don't get, you know.
And that's a good way to take the bunkers out there, is using your Darkstorm.
Yep. And then bring, yep, that is awesome.
That's a very good way of doing things there rather than using missiles.
Very well done. And see, he has the right drones on there too, not the incorrect drones.
If you have busted status, you can actually run a busted status up there and knock that bunker out too.
Think about that one, Dava. That's a good one.
Because I'm looking at this, and I think because technicals, you can equip them with busted status. In theory, you should be able to. Once you got them under that Darkstorm, you should be able to run it up. Because it sucks you can't use envoys in here because you can knock those bunkers out with envoys. You actually can do the whole base with envoys.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you could probably pick this base apart with envoys.
It's just like a jug.
Yeah.
There's something with in Discord. They're saying that Ardra can and can't be shocked. There's some players she's shocking, some players she's not. And in this base, there's should be the Sentinel buff where nothing should be shocked, but I don't know. Some players saying that it is shocked, and some are saying that it's not.
No, there's definitely no shock going on at all. There's nothing to look into. It's 100% perfect, just like it
should be. I mean, unless it's some kind of a, unless it's like a visual thing and they're getting the shock symbol and it's just visual, but it's not really doing it. Oops, sorry guys, I can mute up. Jim's decided to get into some chips, or if you're from the UK, crisps.
Oh, yeah.
Get out of it.
I'm sorry, he was getting out of them, not into them. Is it intentional that the zombifier tech will cause the Eastern Horde buildings to spawn firemen that will fight for you? There is a spec op that will do that. Okay, I'll check that one later.
Don't are you rolling into electric in this case, are you?
No.
Very good.
It needs to die quickly.
Very good.
Before I post the bug report, I wanted to check if anyone else noticed that the judge range check does not add any range.
I see in there, Skipjack won't be doing shows there, not there. She will not be producing any more shows. Just in case you wanted to know there.
Oh, does somebody say that in the Unshackled? Did I miss it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm not talking.
Wasn't doing any more shows.
What Dutch is? Yeah. My that's why I tried to make the paragraph. If they didn't want to watch the show, I made the paragraph. I'm not going to stop moderating. It was a goodbye, as into I've been doing shows for 7 years for Kixeye. I've been doing gaming shows for 15 15 years, maybe 12 years. So no, I'm not leaving the game. I'm not quitting the game. I was saying thank you to all the people who had.
Well done there, Dutch. That was very, very good.
Well
So
done. That was awesome. Good.
and that's without It's Electric. And I would advise everybody, I know Dutch, you've done that. That's for an expert way.
That was
I would
really
advise
good.
everybody to do it the same way, but use It's Electric. Just to keep yourself right there.
That was awesome. That was definitely different than
Very
most.
good there now.
That was awesome. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere, guys. I will, if they will have me, go to any show where they'll have me. I was on I was in the side chat on Roy's show twice in the past week and a half, 2 weeks. I was on the BV show, and I'm only calling it BV show, and I have permission to say that until they find a new name. Killer Queen and Nut have invited me to participate. So, well, they're just channel members.
Yeah. Don't skip always be around there. I think it's just the producing aspect, I think, is the problem there now. But still, they'll invite it in all the shows. You might see her in 4 or 5 shows.
Yeah.
So,
hell, I might do my own. And if I do my own,
you might do your own. She might actually.
I'll put my own disclaimer up. There may be.
You might hear more than you ever wanted to, maybe.
You may hear a lot of things. You definitely don't want to listen to me when I'm running a raid with my alliance. I can't stop cussing. Okay, here we go. Whenever the Sentinel faction benefit is active, she can't be shocked. I believe heroes can be shocked, but uniques cannot be. There you go. That's right from Storm Chaser. Good job. Does the bar at the top show the Sentinel faction base active? Faction bonus will apply whenever the base has only Sentinel units left alive in the base. So that's, again, I'm just reading this right off Discord, directly from a Kickside team member. I mean, seriously, I can't even imagine. This is like having real-time customer support.
There. See, whenever you're doing the defense waves on an event, it doesn't show anything.
No tech added. No tech added. Okay, can you get a ticket? This is a visual range with the range indicator. Okay, so there you go. If you see something, it's yep. So Storm Chaser is saying to, if you don't see the visual range extension for your judge, to send in a ticket because it may be a visual range error with the unit. Everyone, everything's done. Thank you for the help. And that's pretty much it. I actually went through the whole entire thing.
I'm going to go to the Sentinel base and attack it and see if it shows the faction buff at the top being active.
I didn't know that until he said that the Sentinel bonus will kick in once there's nothing but Sentinel units left to destroy. That was interesting. I was like, ooh, I need to remember that for my base. Does it work for my base defense too?
Cool. But there's not many people who have Sentinel.
No,
defense.
There isn't. And I'm the only reason why.
And that's maybe why the question is there, you know, because there's not too many people will.
Yeah, I should consider switching factions when we have different events, but I don't, because my favorite one is the survivors, because Skipjack is a survivor hero. I consider myself not a victim, but a survivor in real life. You can make fun of me later on YouTube or send me PMs, whatever. I don't care. You know, I'm going to do a shadow killer. I don't care. I'm not a producer. I can say what I want. This is Unshackled. Fuck off.
Exactly.
You know, I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor, not a victim. I see that in real life, and I see that in game. So it's just my choice not to change. When they maybe make factions a little bit more relevant as far as changing the CC, I might consider doing it. There's a couple alliances that have figured out some things about the factions and that they like as far as their base defense. So I'd like to find out what some of those secrets are, but they don't have to share all those secrets. I'll figure them out eventually.
Yep. You'll chip away like everybody else.
Can I speak for real quick? I just want to show that this thing isn't active.
Have we caught up yet? Oh, it hasn't caught up yet. There we go. Some questions.
So It's showing inactive for the Sentinels. I don't know. There's a I don't know who that is, but yeah, there's
Oh,
it's,
oh, there
So
it
how
is.
much bunker you have in the corner there, Double? Is it?
even though there's all Sentinel stuff in here, even the bunkers, it says it's inactive, so that's interesting. What was that, Anton?
In the right-hand corner there, you see in the top right-hand corner, what is that there? Is that the survivors?
This?
Besides,
Oh, this.
not 0%. What is that?
Oh, so that's my survivor buff. So if I kill stuff using only survivors, then that goes up as a damage percentage. I think it's 1% for every 60 space that I kill. So if I kill 3,000 worth of space, it'll go up to 100%. Because I'm a survivor CC. So, because my whole base.
Right. You're survivor, sorry, yeah. I thought you were Corpus there. I thought it was the wrong way.
Yes. I was, but I found out that I like the sharpshooters a lot more than. I like 2 sharpshooters better than 2 Drakens in my bunkers. So I went full survivors.
Yeah, Zach brought up a good point about that base. There are stingers or ERMs in those bunkers. At least there should be. So if you destroy the bunkers, then it should. That's what I was thinking. I couldn't remember what units were in there because I remember when I was trying to do the base and I failed miserably. I couldn't remember what it was that was coming out. I'm like, what the hell is that? Because it wasn't something I had seen in a long time.
But if they're singers or in the bunkers there, they're not sentinels, so you shouldn't get the buff.
Yeah, I didn't know there were stingers in there. So if there are stingers in there, then yeah, that makes sense that there's no buff. But then when I kill the bunkers, then in theory that buff should
pop one, exactly. In theory. Oh. Well, the bunkers and the units in them.
Am I still screen sharing? Because I'll waste 4 mabs for the community just to test this out. Because I got 5 made. So
screen now?
Shows Anton for right now as Unshackled, but you were screen sharing.
Yeah, is screen sharing now, hopefully.
Just click on me and then present. Alright. So
what are you going to test?
Because I care about the community.
Resources.
Do you want to talk this base here, there, Dubs?
Point it.
Oh. Hold on. Ah, these are bullseyes, not mavs.
They will destroy them.
Well, I mean, they'll still break the bunker open just to see if there is a stinger.
Yeah. And see where you hit see that bunker there that you hit there?
That only had an accolade in it. That only had an accolade in it. 2 of them. I was hoping for mavs so we could kill the thing but oof. So there's 2 accolades in that one. Let's see. This one's gonna be a little rough to see, but yep. So I don't see anything in here that would be non-sentinels. But yet let me hit see. All the bunkers are exposed. And yeah. The drone silos don't matter as far as your faction trait. I'm clueless. Everything in here is Sentinel.
But if you're using Mavericks,
no matter what, it's there.
Down, then you got the busted state factors.
It's still inactive, so
it won't spawn the acolytes.
I don't know. Yep, don't see anything in there.
You deployed anything, Dobber? Maybe it'll go in when you deploy.
Oh, let me get him out of there because that's a Spartan. He's not going to do anything against 3 acolytes. But, yeah.
Didn't see it change anything.
Yeah, let me deploy this. There we go. Yep, see, it didn't light up at all. So, And I don't... Yeah, see, now mine lights up when I deployed the siege. I'm going to get out of here, but yeah, see. When I deployed the siege, which is a survivor unit, mine lit up. So, there's my siege. Yeah, I'm missing a plane. And what's funny is it's the middle plane, so that's interesting.
Oh, Zachary's saying there's a stinger in there under the wall.
It might be. I'll have to go get farm some Thor and all that and test again. Like at some point. Like, because I want to mav the bunkers. I thought I had 4 mavs, but
Would be better if you mapped them than the
this way the mav would just totally decimate the bunker and everything inside.
Yep.
Alright. Let's see what they're saying on YouTube. The bunker contents has to be the same faction as the CC. Animals asking, and yes, anything that's in your bunker has to match your CC faction in order for it to work. Hunter's asking, duh, but do Deadeyes get through? No, they do not, because, well, if you kill the bunkers and kill the Acolyte dudes, then they'll get through, maybe. Because then you only have the... Actually, yeah, there is no storm in here, so... I don't see a storm, so it's just the AA plasmas. So once you kill the bunkers, then Deadeyes will get in. Do brown barracks spawn Acolytes? No. It's just the ones on the far right. It's the blue ones, not the brown ones. Yeah. But, going off of Hunter's
the CC
question, or Animal's question about the bunker contents.
The CC
Your drone silos don't matter because you can't really... I don't think you can put anything faction related in a drone silo, so... And yes, Mr. Dark Shadows, Walrus lives do matter.
Cuckoo, cuckoo. Sorry.
Actually, there is a storm
Sound like my
inside the base.
inner Beatles song all of a sudden. I will not start singing that song.
So what do they do if you have extra Archer tokens?
I was thinking about farming these myself, just to store them up, just in case. Like that, we might get them into tech.
Well, I don't want to hear just in case. I mean, is it something that you know? You think?
I don't know of anything.
Can I trade in Archer tokens for, you know?
Yeah, I want to trade in Archer tokens for Nyx tokens.
Exactly.
Because I like to do the Archer base way more than I do the Nyx one. And so.
Yeah, but if they're gonna do such thing,
Yeah, 2 Archer tokens for. I mean, ideally I'd like 1-to-1, but you know, 2 Archer tokens for 1 Nyx or something like that.
Hey, I'm still waiting for use for all my legendary unit tokens.
Hey, I could use like 55 tokens for my legendary Hellfires. Actually, I think they're at 11, so maybe I might not need that many, but I gotta get rating because I want to get those. But I don't have anybody willing to just farm intel for like 12 hours while I do the raids.
Can I PM, please? May I know what hero will come in the next event? Well, no. No. May I know which hero is coming in the next event, please? I hope for a Phalanx hero. Thanks. That will be in the release. Notes. The event is 23rd? 25th. Shoot, I don't have the calendar open.
I believe it's the 23rd.
Thank you.
Thomas, just just got into YouTube chat.
Right now.
Excuse me.
Dark Shadow seems to think that the Sphinx hero is going to be next.
Oh yeah. Actually, yeah. I'm gonna go screen share that little email thingy.
Ooh, that's weird. A player just said, I sent a ticket on the Audra base. I did one, and a third of the way through my way, my Darkstorm and Cerberus just disappeared, and then redeployed at my initial spawn point. It totally screwed up my attack and wrecked my plat. I was like, what just happened? I was halfway around the other side of the base, and it almost cost me the hit due to it being a one-hit wonder. Wow, has anybody else experienced that?
I have not, but I have experienced putting Cerberus in there, and those things suck. You're going to draw out the fire from all the shit in the middle because of those drones. So I would not recommend that. Unless you decide you're going to keep them back. If you keep them far enough back and you're just using them to bait the acolytes, I guess they're kind of handy, but...
All right, can you screen share me? I want to share this about the Sphinx hero that came in people's emails.
Yes, the Sphinx hero is named after a Kickside team member, if you didn't know that. Yes, I said you.
All right, so I'm going to screen share.
Thanks, David. I completely forgot that. See, I was talking about it earlier, completely forgot about it. I feel like a goob.
All right.
Thank you, Dark Shadows. I will post it right now as we speak. Where is the picture? And I will post it in there. Yes, it's called Neil.
You get that base there done there, Dubs? No problem there, did you?
Yeah, I'm screen sharing the little thing that went out to the email. You want to present me?
Yes.
Powerful.
Must be done over there, so it's like.
This apparently went out to some people via email. So it says like August 4th we got the Judge and Heroic Token Basis. The 9th we've got Invasion. The 15th we've got CP-14 hits the sector and brings a powerful shield turret, Goga Bar attacker swap, and emergency production for base defense. And then the 23rd it says win new single-use Sphinx hero Neil and a Sentinel command unit in Operation Heatwave.
Yes.
That's our next event name. And then the 1st, we have continued your campaign to earn parts for Romero. So I'm just trying to figure out how this dude fires a minigun with one hand, and then he's got a rocket launcher firing with the other hand. Like,
because it's Neil.
And then he has a...
Because Neil can do many things at the same time. Like skip.
Yeah, that's Romero. Romero's the Shadow Ops thing.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
He's got a third, carrying a rocket launcher, and he's got that minigun, and he's got a third hand for the C4.
Well, don't most guys have a third hand, like a third leg?
It reminds me of like...
I had to say it. Come on! That was funny.
It reminds me of like Grand Theft Auto, where they just put like a rocket launcher in their back pocket and stuff. And then like all those video games.
One off base, level 39. I mean 42 versus 39. Okay, no problem. There we go. Let me go back. Shoot. I feel like an idiot now. Sorry, guys. There's too much stuff in my brain today. And it is a single-use hero. And yes, you know how the game progresses. Eventually, the single-use becomes permanently available. That's how it rolls. What else? Did you, Dava, I'm sorry, because I missed the first half. Did you share the list of stuff that Friendly Fixer said in the Discord yesterday?
Yes, you did there.
You did share all that, everybody. Good. Awesome.
And we elaborated on that there and had to give our own opinions of what it could or could not mean.
Yep. I think that it was awesome that they did the they heard everybody in the focus group about switching out from towers to bunkers to strongholds to making that the instant or less time anyway using Thor instead of 4 days. Oh my gosh. Waiting for it is one of the reasons why I don't have towers in my base defense right now, is because I'm always have something upgrading somewhere, except now my base is maxed. But I always have something upgrading somewhere, and I never want to have to wait 4 days to switch it over. And it's so frustrating because I have an invasion set up, I have a war set up, and I usually, once the event comes out after the first day or so, I have a base defense set up, like a tweak. And I don't want to have to wait 4 days. I'm not coining that mofo. Sorry, I'm not going to. That's just too much. So I'm really glad that they're going to shorten the time. It might not be 5 seconds, but it's definitely not going to be 4 days.
No, but even if it was like 2 gold or 1 day, like
yeah, or 12 hours.
They would make a fortune there. They would make an absolute fortune.
Yeah, 12 hours would be, even 12 hours would be okay with me, because in an event, if I said to myself, oh, okay, all right, well, I need to switch this and switch this to a tower, switch this to a stronghold. I won't wait the 12 hours, but I'll click 12 hours, and then guess what I'll click? Coin. So, I mean, even if they made it 12 hours, that, as a coiner, I would coin it. But for the people who don't coin, I don't think 12 hours is that long to wait. So you pause. Nobody should be going hardcore at the event anyway, unless you're really a high level. Sorry, I shouldn't say never. I don't mean no disrespect, but in all honesty, the first day of the event, how many times have we said this over and over again? Davos said it, Shadow Killer used to say it, we used to say it on the BB shows before it was Unshackled. On the first day of the event, don't send the best of everything that you have at those bases until you've checked it out first with something that's a quick repair, because there might be something wrong with that base. It might be bugged. It might be OP. Something might not spawn correctly. Feel it out first before you do it. So I kind of feel the same way about your defense. Run a few defensive waves or watch a few videos, and you know the top of the tops that put those videos out pretty quickly. Look and see what's happening first before you make the change. And then it's okay to wait 12 hours if you're not a coiner, so that you can switch from a bunker or stronghold to a tower. 12 hours isn't that long. You log off on Thursday, and Friday you're ready to go. You see what I'm saying? I mean, and then your base is even stronger. I mean, you really get with an alliance that can help you to understand the difference between having a bunker, a stronghold, or a tower. And again, it was my own personal aggravated point as a player, is I just stopped switching mine out, and I just dealt with it because I refused to wait the 4 days. And I'm glad that they listened in the last focus group, and I can't believe that it's actually coming out so quick. So I'm excited. Oh, did you guys talk about the medal payout timer?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the medal payout timer is showing that medals are getting paid out on Thursday, but
the medal payout timer has been broken for months. Okay, so, and the kick size known about it, but medals always, unless I say always, but I'm going to use an absolute, always get paid out on Mondays. Okay, always. And we've had a few Warpaths that have ended on a Sunday, and you have gotten your Warpath medals on a Sunday, but just in your mind, mark it down on your calendar. Monday is Monday is Monday is Monday. It's Monday kickside time, which is Pacific right now because we're in daylight savings. Pacific daylight time. Okay, so your PvP season medals get paid out on Mondays, and depending on where you are in the world, just remember it's somewhere between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. So mark that down if you need the world calendar so you can find out where that is, your time in the world, because you might not be in the game on Monday. Take a screenshot of your medals on Sunday or Monday if you don't plan to be around for your payout, to make sure you know how many medals you have. Make sure you know what your payout is. If you're going to get 200,000 medals like I'm going to get, don't have 993,000 medals, because guess what? Mine got dumped in the sand 2 weeks ago, okay, because I forgot to spend my medals. So noob mistake, hello, guess who got to be the leader of my clan, because it was the big noob mistake because I dumped my medals in the sand. They always happen on Mondays. Warpath medals will be paid out usually probably the same time on a Monday. So this past week's, just to clarify, medals were paid out Monday at 2 p.m. Pacific time for Warpath, and then at 4 o'clock, but although they were slightly delayed for everybody because it took a while to roll them out, at 4 p.m. Pacific time. The timer that's in your base is incorrect, and it has been for months. It will either be fixed on the next maintenance, should be either fixed on the next maintenance, or if they can't fix it, they will probably remove it. Because everybody knows by now that medal payouts for the PvP season that we're in happen every Monday. That timer is just, it was supposed to work, and to be honest with you, I don't think it's ever worked since it's been there. And it's very confusing. So that one's coming out. There was one other bug fix that was not on the list that they said they were definitely going to fix. Corndava, fill me in on that one. Oh, hold on. I have to go into the moderator room. It was something else regarding a visual thing that people were seeing. Oh, the blackouts. You guys covered that one? The visual with the blackouts. Okay, they fixed the damage, so you guys covered that. It's still visually glitched, but it's not actually damaging things. So on the next maintenance, the visual part of it, they could fix the damage glitch without taking the game down. Yay! But in order to fix the visual part of it, they have to take the game down. Why take the game down while we're there in the middle of all the other stuff we're doing if they can just fix it on next week's maintenance? I personally love the visual part of it because it looks like I'm blowing stuff up all over the place.
I know they're not there, but here, another thing that wasn't discussed is about the raids. They're not there. I think the raids go on 24/7, except during events. I think it's a massive, massive coup there for all clans. And it would get you into a clan.
Yep.
So it would there. You know what I mean? You're getting a boost there. You know what I mean? People talking about grinding, about resources and this and that. You know, some days I have to get 1 billion rays to do my upgrades.
Yep, exactly.
Without that, I need to get 2 billion. You know what I mean? So it's saving my half in time.
Well, we've been pushing for it, and I will go out on a limb on this one because I actually have seen Bernie say it, but this was before we had Discord. Bernie has said it before. That as a community manager, and again, he's about ready to come up on his year anniversary. So please remember in October, if you can, remember to haze Bernie and congratulate him on surviving a year with War Commander. But his anniversary is coming up.
Then his faction should be survivors then, yeah?
Exactly. I think he needs to switch to survivors.
If not there's something wrong.
I know, it's crazy, right? He has honestly said that this was before Discord, but has come out and said to us that he's never did understand why Intels didn't spawn on the map. He understands why they don't spawn on the map during an event, because you've got the sector bases that are sitting there bubbled waiting for you to reach the sector goal. You've got all those bases on the map that everybody are hitting. You've got everybody who are doing defensive waves. That's a lot of battle server stuff. And all of you who run raids know that when you're running a raid, you're in another whole separate battle server. And intels are tied to that. Intels would take up too much room on the map, and then there wouldn't be enough event bases. So I'm okay with that, but you're right. I'm so excited that they're on all the time. because when the game goes down for emergency maintenance, you lose all those buffs. So then you got to go back out. You got to get intel. You got to run another raid.
No, it's no biggie now. Now you don't really care.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
We're just running again there. We'll top up.
Running when you need them. Now, but the other thing is, on the flip side, like in the focus group, there were a couple people in the focus group that had 200 people in their alliance. They love it. You know why? Because even though I'm in a small alliance, all but 3 people in my alliance have all the diamond techs. We have them all. So all we have to do is, and again, the 1 to 3 thing ratio, you don't have to have a total of 3. 1 person can run a raid. So I want to definitely clarify that because that was brought up in the focus group as well. It can be, it says 3, but the maximum amount of people to run a raid is 3. That's not the minimum amount. So 1 person can do it, 2 people can do it. So usually what we do is we have 2 people to make it easier on the people who don't have the diamond techs. We have 2 people who already have all the techs run the raid, and then we bring somebody in that doesn't have the diamond tech, and they participate in the raid, and it defaults to them, and they get a diamond tech. Okay, fine. For a group like mine, a really small group, that's easy. When you have 200 of them, and the intel bases aren't on the map all the time, that was really hard to rotate those people in and out. Now the intel bases are out there, and they're out there all the time, and people are running raids like crazy, and I love it. They're asking questions in the general room. They're asking questions on forums. And people who never ran raids before because they didn't think it was worth it because there was never enough intel on the map are now participating more. It makes your team stronger. It makes the game incredibly more fun. And there isn't a single person on this panel, if you have the diamond tech on your phalanx, I bet for $1 million you would not take your diamond tech off your phalanx. Okay, maybe $1 million.
Yeah, you're right there, yeah.
I would never take my between my alliance boosts, whether it's defender or whether it's the destroyer, and my diamond tech, oh my gosh, they're level 20. I would never take that off. You couldn't pay me to take that off.
And if you took it off, it would break, so you wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, then it would break. Yes, and they're working on that part for the workshop too. You could pay me to take my clothes off before I take my techs off. I'm just saying.
Hey, I'm just saying. You just said to take the tech off, so I take it off, collect my bounty, and then I just re-equip it, get the Thor again, and all that.
They do recognize that that's an issue. Friendly Fixture was actually in. They wanted to know. Storm Chaser asked, because I even asked the same question. Well, why would you want to switch it? Thank you. I know she's not here today. Fear the Stiletto. Thank you, Fear the Stiletto. Champ. I see him in the YouTube, and I can drop out so Champ can be on the panel if you'd like. Champ. There's actually 4 other players, and I don't want to name them because I don't know if they would like me to give permission to use their names. So, but thank you to all of you who jumped into the general room and you explained to the team why you take your diamond techs off in certain cases and then put them back on. So it really gave them a sense of, oh, because their mindset was, well, once you get the diamond tech, why would you ever want to take it off? So I don't want to give that part of it away because I know why the players do it, but it actually brought the attention to Friendly Fixer and it brought the attention to Storm Chaser, and now they're like, okay, so now we see why this needs to be fixed. Because really, one of my guys had to do it. He had to unequip all 4 tunes worth of phalanx and then re-equip them because he kept getting the Snow Bear error. Right? If I get a Snow Bear error for 5 envoys, I don't care. I'll do them one at a time. I don't want to have to do 4 tunes of phalanx one at a time. That would drive me insane. That's like buying the text from the gear store one at a time when I have to equip 30 some units and buy 1 set of armor for 30 pieces of liberators or something. That drives me nuts. Doing better. And you, wow, I just heard from somebody I haven't heard from in like years and years. Okay, my personal challenge next, I'm just throwing it out there. If you see Jano return to the game, I want somebody to send me some loving. Shadow Killer's coming back. If I can get Jano to come back to the game, I want somebody to send me some loving. He says, I can't believe you are still playing that crazy-ass game. Yes, I am. Oh, my God. Wait till the one's base less than jump and win the tech. That's true.
If Champ wants to jump on, I'm going to get off in a bit.
No. Sorry,
no, it's
not.
don't know. Single player is doing raids. The second player, no, William. That's Wait, did anybody answer him? No. As long as your raid is running, as long as your raid timer is running, anybody from your alliance that jumps in to participate would get the diamond tech, and they only have to hit one base. And I'll say it. They really don't have to destroy the base. They can just attack the base. And then if they're really not that strong, you can finish.
Attack and attack is what we do there in our plan there.
Yeah, okay, so Anton said it. There you go. It wasn't me.
So,
we ask our lowers or our mid-levels to at least hit attack and then an attack. Yes, that's what we ask our lowers to do. And then we finish the raids for them. I mean, I get in sometimes if I see one of my guys that's on shift work and they have Destry's, you guys have seen him on the panel. Destry's doing demolition derbies. He's sponsoring Lonnie in his demolition derbies and the Unshackled show. I have another video to load up of a demolition derby.
Yes, I saw that.
Yep, I'm going to throw that up on the page. So this is his busy season. He's also a fireman in his town, and they have a burn ban on, and he also works from 6 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the morning in his town. So he's very busy. But when Destry gets on game, I jump in. If I need to, Chad will, Jim will. We jump on and do the raids all by ourselves. One person. Destry comes in, hits attack, end attack, and then he goes back to work, does his thing, so we can make sure Destry stays up to date with his diamond.
Yeah, he's going there. And that's what we do ourselves. So we let all the guys get all the tech they want first. And once they've got all the tech there you go, there, guys.
Yeah.
Level 17 there. Attack and attack, you're going to get tech.
It just makes your alliance strong. Some people say, oh, they get it. Oh, well, they should have to work for it. You know what? It makes your whole crew stronger. If you bring more people into your alliance and they have a diamond tech and their most key unit is a phalanx, maybe their next key infantry unit is just a liberator. Why would you be discouraged over the fact that a low-level player would then, of course, he still has to wait the time in the workshop if his workshop's high enough. What is it, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and then 7 days to get to level 4? Why would you be upset? Yeah,
5-7.
Yeah, why would you be upset that a low level in your alliance had a diamond tech that just made them stronger? That way you don't have to prep for them anymore. Maybe they can actually be more relevant and PvP more. They can toon snipe more. Don't see it as a negative. They're still working for it. They're in your alliance and they're being part of a team. If you have more of that team mentality of, oh, well, I worked for everything I have, to me, that's old War Commander. Leave that stuff at the doorstep. Pick up the new War Commander and get the benefits of being in an alliance. Get those boosts running. Get those so they have extra resources. Get them the diamond techs that they need and keep them relevant in game. It's not about giving kickside props. It's about having fun with your friends. Or enemies.
Same fun there. Let's check it. YouTube land there. Animal.
Generally, enemies don't like when we put diamond tech on our stuff.
10 million there, yes, it's 10 million there for the link there. It's a bit high, that's what is there. But it's well worth it though.
Yes, they did fix the level 4. I will admit I did coin mine because they wanted to know if I coined it to level 3, it would trigger the level 4 to open, and it did not. I will not tell you how expensive that was. But I did video that to show them that it was not a trigger. There wasn't a way to trigger it. Not that they wouldn't have fixed it anyway, but they wanted to know, maybe if you do level 3, the level 4 will show up, like it'll unlock. Remember we had the Envoy bug with the diamond tech, which of course was directly linked to the Sphinx diamond tech, by the way. But yeah, so I coined mine to level 3, and it didn't trigger the level 4. So I'm glad we got that fixed. One of my feelings. He is the creator of the Egyptian Sphinx of Giza monument. Okay. I don't have the diamond tech. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you kidding me? Seriously? Zach, you don't have the diamond tech? Oh, he's just teasing, right? He is teasing, right?
No, I don't have it for Sphinx. Phalanx, I mean.
Oh, you have it, but you don't use it?
Oh, no, I haven't got it.
Okay. Okay.
Zach in the side chat was saying he's got the Diamond Tech.
Because he doesn't use Phalanx. Okay, I gotcha. I hear you. All right, that's cool. That's your game.
Zach's not really a suicide unit player, so Phalanx really wouldn't be his gameplay.
Oh my gosh, I don't suicide my Phalanx when I'm running raids. I don't. I can do every single raid base with the same Phalanx tune, and they're not dead. I can do every single one, including the gold ones, with just a Phalanx tune, and they're not dead. Every single raid base, because of my raid alliance bonus and the Diamond Tech, and they're level 20. And I can do it without my tune being 100% dead. Every single one, even the railroad convoy base that everybody hates. If you know how to do that base, you can do that base with very minimal damage. It's all about timing, spacing, and knowing your Phalanx range. I don't suicide. I never suicide my Phalanx. I can do that with one tune now. One tune.
I do that one with just air.
Yes, you can, but I'm just saying. I'm saying is I wouldn't. It's not to me. It's not a suicide. If you know the range of your Phalanx, you can do any of those raid bases, and you don't suicide. Like I said, I can even do the gold ones, and with the same tune. Never repair them. So, no. I don't suicide my. Well, I suicide my Phalanxes in people's bases, but never on a PVE. I would never suicide in a PVE. That's. Let's just that's good.
So, general questions are: do you think that the game's moving forwards, or sideways, or better or worse?
Forward, very, very quickly.
Salty, what do you think the game is going? Sideways, better, worse?
I think it's getting better.
Forwards?
I think it's moving forwards, but it's moving very quickly.
Yeah.
What way is it moving quickly? Is it moving too quick, or is it?
I think unit-wise, it might be a little too quick for mid-level players. I mean, myself, I'm a high level. I coin, so it's not really a problem for me. Because if I like something, I'm going to coin it. But
Fair enough.
There's definitely I'm starting to feel that there's a bit of a gap coming back, and I don't know if it's going to be able to be solved if it continues going in this direction.
But is the tokens and the gear store there, is that helping that at all there get people catch up?
For me, yes. Sorry, I'm just going to say yes. Yes, for me, the blood door exchange and the gear store. Yes.
Yes,
I think that's the way. But I'm maybe thinking the values might need to be a little bit more.
Well, as for upgrade tokens in general gear, obviously what they have in there now is a good start.
Yeah, I think so. As you can't.
The pricing for what they have in there, I think, is very good. The gear store has really come a long way in the last probably 6 months.
Yeah. Another question I'm going to ask everybody here then, and on YouTube as well there. 800,000 medals for Dina. Yes or no?
No.
Say it again. The what?
800,000 medals for Dina. Yes or no?
No.
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 YouTube land there?
I'm going to have to say yeah.
Well,
but you can replace
Dina now. We're not talking about any tech or anything like that there. Just Dina on itself.
Because she's level 40.
No, I mean, it's a level 1 Dina, I think. Is it? No, is it a level 1?
No, it's the expert. It's the expert.
Yeah.
The expert, Dina.
Then
and that's with no tech.
But she's still got a place in the game, so.
my
Oh,
gosh.
we
These are
definitely
almost-
agree. I think Dina plus all her tech for 800K, perfect price.
I think so. I mean, seriously, if
Dina by
it's,
herself, no.
that's cheaper than what it would be in an event. It's ever been. I mean, you're talking about the expert Dina and her techs. You know, I think that's a really fair price. But I mean, maybe because I'm a high level. I mean, maybe I'm way off. I didn't even realize there was one of the techs I didn't have. But I mean, maybe I'm way off on that one. I mean, you know, call me out if you want me to. But I think that's a super fair price. I use her every day.
I
Going back
think
to Animal there. He says, back in the day, yes, but not now. So I think that's fair.
Yeah, she is an old unit, but she's still got the place in the game.
Oh,
I do my 90 metal bases with Dina.
Yep.
I know.
And I learned that from Jack and some of the other guys and some of the hangouts. And I just watch you guys do them over and over again and prep them and then finish with my Herald. I mean, oh my gosh, that's awesome. I can just sit and when I need metals, I can just sit and farm 90 bases.
Yep.
Do I take a little bit of damage? Sure I do, but it's definitely reasonable. Her repair times are not that horrible. I think I take even when I
100,000 metals for Dina nowadays. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. What do I need for my Dina to hit air?
Shredder.
Dina
Shredder. You had to have the shredder tech.
Yeah.
It's not again. It's not like always hitting air like I initially thought. It's actually a tactic. So when you hit it, got a certain amount of seconds that she can hit air, and then she goes to stop hitting air.
Yeah, you need to have your heads up display on, just like the Jericho, like the rapid fire. You need, or how the Legion used to be. You get the little mini bar that comes up. So it's like the hotkeys. And there's a hotkey. You don't have to have your heads up, but unless you know what, I don't remember what the hotkey is for the shredder. I'm sorry, there is a hotkey and I can't remember what it is. And I'm not going to say S because it'll screw me up because I use the S key to stop. But if you use your heads up, the bar pops up, you click the shredder tech. Yeah, it takes a while to recharge up, but if you're using her just to do 90 metal bases and then boom, you tuck her away and then you use her again. I think what's like 12 hours for the shredder tech to
I don't think it's that long.
God, I'm going to go to the wiki now. I got to find out what it is.
I think 1 hour.
Is it an hour?
1 or 3, I know, I'm not sure.
Because I know at one time it was like a higher amount and then people screamed about how long it was and then Kickside reduced it. So I can't remember the exact. I'm going to look it up and see.
Same as Jericho, I think.
Maybe I'm getting it confused with it. But yeah, it was like people complained about, I thought it was her
4
tech.
hours, I think. 3 and 4 hours.
Is it? Well, that's not that bad. So
That's very good.
Yeah, you do a bunch of 90. You put her away for a while. You go, make a hamburger, have a drink, bang one out, flick the bean, whatever it is that you need to do. You come back in 4 hours and you do some more 90s. I mean, you're good to go. I think that's awesome. I mean, I was watching Jack do them the other night. He was doing them all night long. Trickster, I think you were doing them. I can't remember everybody that was in that hangout because I hadn't slept the night before. I think the one was doing them. Yeah, I mean, everybody had their own way of doing them, and I think that's awesome. It was great to learn, and you didn't have to. So I said, now she's so functional. Even in events, I use her. There isn't an event. Well, I didn't do the last event, but there isn't an event that's come out in the last 6 months that I didn't use her for something to pick 1 or 2 things off and then tuck her away. She's never not in my air tunes. Never. Ever not in my air tunes.
Tina's first in my tune. Since the first unit to be repaired, my air goes down.
They need to put Jericho up, as in put it back out or put it away. Not really sure. That is JO3ZCHD. When you say put it up, you mean put it back out to the community? I'm just asking, since he's in YouTube, he has the Xbox. I think that's an Xbox symbol. Yeah. Although, if you remember Speed Racer, that kind of looks like Racer X's helmet. They need to put Jericho up. Okay, JO3ZCHD. Which do you mean? You want him back out? See if he'll answer. Go on, type faster. Quick! Quick! Ah, Chestnut. All right, maybe he's taking a pee break. Or flipping the bean. Sorry.
Oops.
I saw Champ in the YouTube, and then he kind of disappeared. I offered to drop out, and he said no. And then it looks like Dutch dropped out, but it doesn't look like Champ's back in there. So, all right, he's still not answering. Okay, so, I mean, as far as the Jericho goes, that was also in the focus group. I'll just throw that out there. It was at the end of the focus group, in case you guys don't know what the focus groups are. I won't go too much into detail. At the very end, if there's time left over, they let every player ask one question. And then the entire team reads those questions, and then they basically do the and they do and then your game name, whatever your Discord name is, and then they answer your question. So that was one of the questions that was brought up about Jericho. And they are considering bringing those back because, again, you have to remember this team. I'm not saying they're young to Kickside. Some of these guys have worked for Kickside 6 or 7 years. They're young to the War Commander team. Okay, so just to give you like a roundabout idea, Golden Doodle, his year anniversary is this month. So with the War Commander team, Bernie's is in October. Everybody else that's part of the War Commander team has been on the War Commander team for a shorter amount of time than Bernie, with the exception of the CS lead. Okay, I got to take that one back. I'm sorry. He's been here longer than Bernie. So, but he wasn't the CS lead then. So anyway, this team is kind of new. So when you talk about a unit that maybe isn't something that they realize is how relevant in game, if they ask you, it's not because they're trying to blow you off. I actually saw one of the Kickside members a couple of weeks ago say that they thought that phalanx weren't relevant in game anymore. Oh my goodness, you should have seen Discord light up like a Christmas tree. I couldn't keep up with all the comments that were in the room. I let the players have their say. They spoke.
What Scooby was saying there, not there. Everybody go on to the City Show and watch the live stream there. You know about the Sunder.
Yeah.
This Scooby, I've been using Sunder there for months and months and months. So I've actually upgraded it before my hardware.
Yeah, I mean, there are people who say
Sunder's not tech on it, so I have there. So that's
we covered it
old
tonight.
news for me, so it is.
Oh, there's people who said Weaver is in their armory, and we covered it tonight. That what you can do with Weaver to use him as bait, and he's free repair. I mean, these units are relevant. I think Zachary, and I'm sorry by using your name, but that's what it says on the panel. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't you tell me that you use Kara and a Caretaker and a Bearcraft 50 for no repair? I'll see if he remembers. For a low level that has a Kara and now has a Caretaker, okay, 1 to 2 minutes repair. There you go. So you say to yourself, oh, it's only 5 million Thor. Take your Kara and a Caretaker and drag her old SF ass around the map and do, while you're doing other things, 5 million Thor. And then remember to go back into your base, like I forget to do when I throw my libs out there and do that, and see how fast your Thor vault folds up. Just find yourself a honeypot of Bearcraft 50s, take Kara out on the map, take her out of your armory, put her with a Caretaker, send her into a Bearcraft 50, and just let her hit that honeypot while you're doing other stuff. And look how fast your Thor vault fills up. And for what, 1 to 2 minutes repair? Yep, Zach said he can do one right now if you want him to screen share it. That's up to you guys if you want to do it. Anton, do we have time?
Yep. We'll do it there now.
Yeah, why not? Zach, you up for it? Okay, so, the J, I'm sorry. I'm just going to call you Jay. The JHD guy, I said he got paused for a minute. It's catching
Mr.
up.
Rommel.
Okay. Yes, and Scooby says he uses Weaver too. His team uses Weaver, but I'm not going to give that secret away. I'm not giving it away. I'm not giving it away. Okay, so JHD. Yes, I hear you about the Jericho, and it was covered on the focus group. I don't know if you heard me, if you were stepped away. So it looks like Jericho may come back along with his text, including the gold text. All right, this is awesome. And yes, it's caught up to YouTube, so he's screen sharing. He's showing the stats he has on his caretaker, which is awesome. Thank you for showing that. There's his Kara.
Commandos, Kara.
Yep.
Caretaker.
Yep. Couple preservers. Again, you know, the commandos. Yep.
Any other questions out on YouTube there? Seeing this is
Yeah, Animal says,
panel there,
it's a whole SF team. I see Animal saying that. It is a whole SF team, but I went out, because I use libs for my Aircraft 50s, and I can run those libs into the ground. I think Leinster did it too. I've done it. I think I did over, I want to say, I think I hit the 200 mark. Leinster hit like 217 Aircraft 50s. Before he had to bring his libs home to repair. Okay, you may say to yourself, well, why didn't you bring them back and repair them and microheal them? Why not just do 200 bases and then put them in at night to repair? That's a whole, do 200 times 5 million. That's a lot of Thor. Oh, yeah. And they repair overnight. Yep, I do 80 thorium bases too, Merrick's, when I need it. But, you know, I've got 2 teams of libs that I throw out that do thorium bases for me all day long when I'm on the map. What's the Weaver use that I don't know? Ooh!
That's another show, so is it? That's another show there.
Show. I was going to say, definitely check out City Show that ran before this show, and you'll see it live because they did it in their PvP bases. Yep, Scooby does the 75. No, you don't, Scooby. You buy your Thor. No, I'm just teasing. Only 80, no time to spend to farm the 50s. I got you, Merrick's. I understand. It's totally cool. It says, an Animal says, normally free repair if I do them one at a time. Libs. Yep, same thing for me, Animal. That's how I do them. Free repair, but I don't bring mine back. I keep them out on the map. Like, I have 3 tunes of them that are tricked out with all their tech. So I have 2 on the map all the time, doing 50s for me the whole entire time I'm on the map. And I mean, yes, occasionally I have to refresh more often because I'm busy doing other stuff while the libs are running. But I don't bring them back. I just keep going and going until my Thor's full, and then I hide my Thor, and then I go get some more Thor, and then I hide my Thor, and then I go get some more Thor. That's just me. Awesome. See, this is so cool, him showing what he does. I use fails because I got 70 of them built and I'm addicted.
Yeah.
Good job, JHD. That's really cool. No.
That's very good there. Actually, you can do all the 4 you want there, not there, and do PvP as well there. And there's no issue at all.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is a whole SF tunes that he's showing you, but I did go just take my Kara and put it with a caretaker, and I was able to do exactly what he's doing. I think I might have taken 4 minutes damage instead of 1 to 2 minutes damage, but man, when her come on, we're going to go back to Shadow Killer days. When her bloodlust kicks in, she is a beast. Man, she just goes on a firing rampage. I love it. Clyde kills me every day. You're right, Scooby. Oh my goodness. That's awesome.
Good man, Scooby. Good man, Scooby.
I mean, I could, you know, I don't know if we're having enough time. I don't want to take time. I mean, I could share my lib one. I'd have to log into game though. I'm not logged in.
Nicely done there. Nicely done, Mr. Romel.
Yep, and then you get 5 million Thor, and then I'm sure he'll run back to his base. Please, yeah, don't forget. Please don't hit that blitz button by mistake. Yes, I've done that before.
And the repair time is
dun 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 dun.
3 minutes and 22 seconds.
Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. And he really didn't get that much lag either. I was impressed.
Where is it at? Please show the repair.
Yep. As soon as his base loads, don't you love that red box? It's so purty. Come on, catch up. Come on, Kickside, catch up. You're making us look bad. Let's go. Catch up in the red box. He's waiting.
1 minute. On air, is it? Oh. 56 seconds. Damn it.
Oh,
I don't like people like that, so
56 seconds. There you go. Dude, I'm trying to click close on
so
Zachary's
that works
platoon.
out at sort of, it can be sort of 25 million raised pre-repair sort of thing.
I mean, everybody, I'm assuming everybody here on the panel, or at least the people who are watching, you guys know what I mean about hiding or storing up your Thor, right? Like if you have room, mind you.
Yep.
You guys have covered that on previous shows about how to use, you know, to stack up something that's a 5-day build in your war factory and then put your Thor behind it. You guys have covered that before on the shows, haven't you?
Oh yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah,
same with the if you run out of storage there and you have room in your air storage, if you have the regular cyclones, those are like 2 days, so you can stack up a cyclone and then put Thor units behind that. Please, 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 whatever you do, remember that your cyclones are 2 days and not 5 days like your ultra tanks. And then put 10 Valiants behind it and forget 2 days later. And then you build freaking 10 Valiants. That's really, really not good. I will not show my base and tell you how many Valiants I had. And I have to scrap them all. I hope Friendly Fixer will also listen to the community, just like we get a percentage of resources back when we scrap something. I would like that if they are Thor based, that we get a percentage of our Thor back. Not all of it, but I am hoping everybody here on this panel would be in agreement that when you scrap something that was Thor, it would really be nice to be able to get some of that Thor back, just a percentage. Am I wrong, or do you guys disagree?
Yep, yeah. That would be nicer, but it's not.
It's not a priority. I mean, I get that, but I don't think
it would be nice to get something back there, even a quarter of it there. Like if something costs you 20 million, you
yeah.
would get 5 million Thors. It would be good, so it would be. I don't expect what you put in to get back, or even 50%. But if you got a quarter of what you put in there, if something costs like 20 million Thor to stock, and then you discard it there, you got 5 million back, I would be delighted.
Yeah, I would be. It would be nice to have it, just like you said, just to have something. Not everything, but something. I mean, some of those things are 50 million Thor.
Yep.
I mean, some people have scrapped units in game. Come on, well, besides Champ, who scrapped everything one day. But sometimes you have scrapped something because your armor was full and your storage was full, and you didn't think that unit was relevant anymore. Me included, but I won't tell you what that unit was because it's embarrassing. And then I realize how relevant it is, and then I have to rebuild it. And I felt really foolish for scrapping it, but even more so is like when I scrapped it, it was a really expensive unit to build in the first place. I wish I had gotten the Thor. At least a percentage, like you said, something back. All right, I'm going to of Aircraft 50, and if you guys want to watch my libs run on auto, I can do that. I'm just waiting for the daggone things to get there because I'm not slapping hookers on just for that.
I slap hookers for way less. I'm just putting it out there.
You know, every once in a while I have to scrap a damn hooker because she ain't working fast enough, so I can go buy a better one, and then I really double slap them on their ass and say, get your asses moving. 50-50 chance of getting the right spot, and I got it. Okay. So let me go to, I guess, shit, I haven't done this in so long, but not being a producer, I'm not even sure how to do it. Crack. Let me go into my base. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let me go to my tune. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Let me find my tune. Don't look at my repairs, everybody. Let me find my tune. So I'm not like a Jano and I'm not willing to share my schematic. Let me find my tune that is on the map. There it is. Whoops, wrong button. Sorry. There's one. Go here. Go there. Right now, I click this button over here. Sorry, was in the wrong thing. Shoot, I need to close some of these pages, don't I? Probably. So I don't lag myself out. Ah, shit. I don't know how to screen share so it doesn't show the thing on the side. You would think I'd know that, but I don't know how to do it as a player. Crap. Turn my heads up off. There we go. Heads up is off. Okay. Screen share. Share. Stop sharing. Okay, let's get over to the game. Go to the map. Hopefully nobody saw my base that quickly. There's of aircraft 50. Can you guys see it? Oh, shit. Turn the chat off. Sorry. Sorry, sector that I'm in.
There's a question here from William there. Should you unequip a tune in workshop you use that tech forever?
Up here. Can I ask you a question?
No. It depends if you delete everything there or not. There you have to unequip and then delete that icon.
There we go. So for the Aircraft 50, the key to this one is finding out where the orbital laser is. If it's here, deploy here. I call this the third base side. If it's here, deploy at first base. Some people call it something else. Some people call it 1 o'clock. That looks like a ton of damage. I promise you it's not. And this is what I do. I drag my libs around, 2 tunes of them all day long, and I just hit Aircraft 50s. And when I find a honeypot, they just go all day and again and again and again. And I don't take them home to repair. In this case, I will, so we can see what the repair time is. But I don't. I just have them go all day long. I just put them on Ruby, and then I go off and I do something else. If your computer's not that fast or you don't have that great of an internet connection, you might not be able to do this and do something else at the same time. I can do 2 Aircraft 50s and do a PvP at the same time and not crash. I can sometimes get up to 4 or 5 PvP things going at the same time. 3 on Ruby and 1 where I'm controlling. But I always have to refresh after that. The most amount of bases I've ever been able to do PvE-wise at the same time is 4. And I always have to refresh after that. But that's pretty cool if you're going to have 3 things going on Ruby and then be controlling in 1 base at the same time. It's getting 4 things done at once. I'm just going to let them go and do their thing. Hopefully this isn't too boring, because I never watch it. So now this is actually interesting to sit here and watch it.
Okay, there's just something that Storm Chaser said today there. That what is it?
Oh, yeah.
The shield will reduce damage to enemy structures that are touching the command center.
Mm-hmm.
That's from a Storm Chaser. That's from Hunter there, so it's a Hunter image there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you will be rewarded instead of having something close to your command center, which a lot of people stopped doing because they didn't want their command center damaged. Instead, the closer you put the building to the command center, like your support turrets, the closer you put your buildings, certain buildings to your command center will be very beneficial, because your command center will now give that building a defensive buff. So think, yes, dear.
Will that be after the 15th CC40?
I'm sorry, I only heard part of it. What after what?
That boost you described, is that after the CC14 on the 15th?
Yes, it will be part of the CC14 release. Now, as far as like when you actually get that boost and how that works, I'm not 100% sure. It might be attached to a building, you know, as in like the level of a building.
Defense lab, maybe.
But yeah, so, okay, so think of it, I wouldn't want an aura, but think of it like the Dark Storm aura. So if it was in an aura, I would want an aura on my base. But let's just say, think of it as an aura. So you know how the support turrets work? It has that little laser when it's connected. And if you move that support turret too far away, even though it looks like it should be giving it the buff, it doesn't. So you can't really do that on the command center, because there's buildings that you have behind your command center. Your command center is really tall, so they can't use that laser light thing to show whether or not you have the buff on the building or not. So I don't know if it's going to be an aura, like a circle, or something that will say every building that's within this range will get that buff. I don't know if it's going to be like a little icon, you know, like the CC will have like an icon, and then each building will have an icon, so that you'll know that they're getting the buff. I'm not really sure how that's going to work, but yes, buildings that you put close to your command center will now be protected by your command center. So basically your command center will now be providing those buildings, hello, go-go bar, hello, defensive lab, with a boost buff of protection. It'll be harder to kill. I think that's awesome. All right, so I'm return those babies back there. Let me go into my base and make sure my hands up are turned on. Come on, come on.
That was a very good question. That was from Mr. H.H. himself there. Hunter, any more questions here? Like he's a geek here, so is there? He can tease us out there. So I can there. Like I have not a dolly mixture, so thank you very kindly.
Oops. All right, as soon as I get back. What was the other question that he had, or that was his question?
No, another one there. He had there. Storm Chaser said there, yes, it should lend to some new base layouts and new defensive tactics. So that's the verdict on that there. And, you know,
oh, there you go.
Up there.
There you go. 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Sorry, I'm like, which tune did I just choose? Because I couldn't see the damage. There you go. 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Is it as cheap as Zachary's was? No. But like I said, I drag them. I drag these two tunes around all day long, and just find the honey pots, and then I do 50s. And I have a third tune. They aren't completely tricked out yet with their I'll show you the schematics if you want to see it. They're not 100% tricked out yet because I use a lot of my metals for something else, so they're part of the way tricked out. So they have the level 4 diamond tech. They have the C4 rounds, which is an additional 20% damage to buildings. I have the engagement armor, which is minus 10% damage for all. Hello, can you say 10% plus 10%? Yes, that does stack. Plus, I'm getting my alliance bonus, which is my destroyer bonus, and also the gold tech for the liberators, which is plus 50%. So that's a big one. And I mean, if anybody wants a copy of the schematic, obviously it's on the show. Please let me know. I'll send it to you so you can have it. I mean, you know, that's whatever you guys want. I don't mind sharing.
Yes. Skip, a lot of people are asking there a rough guide there about the cost, and I'm telling people there as a rough guide there, like 14 days and 450 million. Would that be wrong to advise that?
For which one? I'm sorry, for which cost?
For CC upgrade 14.
Okay, so the price has been thrown out there, and then Friendly Fixer came out and said, look, I'm not a dev. This was the proposed amount of 450 million, but it hasn't been finalized yet. So I got worried when I saw 450 million, and here's why. I mean, because we've all been playing this game for a long time. Okay, so CC13 was a little over 11 days. It says on the wiki it was 11 days, but it wasn't exactly right on spot on 11 days. So it was just slightly over 11 days. Here's what I saw when I saw 450 million. I was afraid 450 million in 12 to 14 days. So I expressed myself as a player, and also for the community, is that seems a little low to me for everything that's coming with CC14. Please don't make CC14 450 million in 12 to 14 days. So the community beat me to it, thankfully, and asked that question in the general room. And then everybody chimed in and said, well, what do you think would be a fair amount of time? And I said, as a player, and I drew my arrows, I didn't say mod hat off, because people started getting pissed off about that. I don't know why. I said, as a player, I think 7 to 10 days would be fair, and I'd rather have it be, don't hate me, 500 million resources and a couple million Thor. I know you guys think Thor should be instant, but a couple million Thor and 7 to 10 days. My motto is ask for the world and hope you get half. I'm looking for 10 days. I could settle for 10. I don't want to see 14. I hope they don't go higher, because to me, I think the res cost for what we're getting with this CC, I think the res cost is a little low. I'm just afraid that res cost at 450 million is going to mean that it's going to take a long time to get done. And I hope that it's not going to be kind of like a kickside joke. And I'll probably get in trouble for this later and get my hand slapped. But as a player, I hope CC 14 isn't 14 days because it's CC 14 and that's a little, joke from kickside. That to me would be going backwards because of the fact that they've told us that they're going to start looking at upgrade times and reduce them. So, but then again, some of those buildings, the stuff that we're going to get for CC14, you only have to level up, like your Go-Go Bar, you only have to level it up once. Your weapons lab, you only have to level it up 1 level. It's not like you're going to have to level up your weapons lab 3 levels to get what you're going to get with the weapons lab. It's not like you're going to have to level up your Go-Go Bar 3 levels to get the extra stuff you're going to get with your Go-Go Bar. So, and I don't want to give it all away, but some of those buildings that you're going to level up with CC14 are just going to be 1 level, not 2, not 3, not 5, not 6, just 1. So let's see. Sorry, my barracks airfield war factor fleet. I assumed from previous that I would see a substantial discount. All right, barracks airfield war factory. Okay, tech center. Yes, wait. Yes, tech center is the 75% off.
The producers only like an additional 5 or 10% or something like that, so it's not really as significant for that as far as reduction, but repair reduction. But your Go-Go Bar max gives like 75%.
75%. I mean, that's totally significant. And I have had some people get upset because I post pictures on the repair times on the stuff that I do. And then they get mad because they don't have the same repair times. I have to remember, with the exception of my storages, because I have maximum resource compression, with the exception of my storages, there isn't a building in my base that isn't maxed. So I get those percentages. So please remember that when you're comparing with your alliance mates on repair times, don't send a ticket until if you need
compared to the max.
Yeah, reach out to a moderator or somebody if you don't understand those percentages, because we know them like the back of our hand. Your alliance leader, you may not even be the alliance leader, but you may have your tech center maxed already, and you may be getting a percentage repair costs. Don't send a ticket. Don't have your alliance mate send a ticket. Grab a moderator or grab a team member, or go to the wiki page and it will explain.
We can post on Unshackled there, not there, and we can go into a hangout there and explain everything to you, so we can.
Yeah. I mean, or grab, like I said, grab Dava, grab Jack, grab people that you see in hangouts on a regular basis, and say, hey, can you get in a hangout with me and explain the percentages? And not only will we get in a hangout and show you what we're getting, we'll go to the wiki and break it down for you if you need to, so you can understand. That will help you, not just you, but your alliance mates understand which buildings. It depends on what kind of player you are. I mean, if you're not a big PvPer, then don't max your tech center out. Don't max it first. If you're a farmer, pick one of the other buildings. Pick your storages so you have more room. Pick your airfield and everything so you have more room. Pick those buildings first. Yeah, I asked that too, Hunter. Why isn't there a graphic change to the tech center when it was fully upgraded? I really wanted one. Geez, my barracks looks like it's on steroids. My tech center still looks the same. It was weird because my war factory, same thing. It wasn't until I maxed the daggone thing. Yes, I did turn level 47 when I maxed it, but hey, it was 70% off. I couldn't resist that kind of a sale. I'm a woman. 70% off, I'm there. The air question. Somebody said, when will Kickside allow us to move damaged air units from tunes? I don't think it's in the works, and I think that's been explained a couple times, but I don't want to misspeak because that would definitely be a question for Storm Chaser and Friendly Fixer as to why don't allow it.
Maybe a team there to come on the show there, you know what I mean, and ask the panel there, you know what I mean, and the reasons why. They're give them a team the reasons why or why not.
Yeah, I mean, that would, you know, maybe that, hey, Anton, that would be awesome. Something that you might want to do since there's so much that's covered on Discord that, again, because I came late to the show, I apologize because I got hammered in 94 and I had to like do some switching around and repairing in my base. But yeah, maybe we could put a, I don't want to say a poll, but maybe somebody make a post in Unshackled, because I'm not a producer. Maybe somebody make a post in Unshackled and say, if you could ask the team anything, what would you like to know? And then if we already know that they've answered it in Discord, I can do a search in Discord and I can give you the screenshots and then post that to that. Daba can do that too.
Yeah, I'm not asking them to go live there, not there, but just asking them to go live asking questions.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping Storm Chaser might make it today, but I think he's spending some significant time with family members today, which he's entitled, considered he's been in. And I'm talking about when I'm up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and his green light's still on, I'm like, go to bed.
Yep. Look, I know they're, you know, they're, look over guy there.
Wow, look how full you are. Oh my goodness gracious. Stuff like a sausage. That looks like Scooby's storage and armory. Just ask about Storm Chaser oh, there he is. So he's in. All right, so he's in the Discord. There you go. Awesome. Thanks, Hunter. Okay. So the reason why there were no 40s or 90s on the base, on the map today, they will be back tomorrow. So I'm not exactly sure why they were removed. I had some people ask me that question. I have no idea why they were removed, and I'm not even going to speculate why they were removed. But yeah, they were removed. That's why there aren't any on the map.
The normal cadence is Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday. And I don't think they were supposed to spawn out like weekly.
No, I don't think they were meant to spawn out today.
Yeah, I didn't think they were supposed to spawn today either. But then the person who asked then PM'd me, and he said, yeah, they changed. Honestly, I can't keep up with it all, guys. I love you. And I'm not saying I don't not like the content that Kicksai's doing. I just can't keep it all stuffed into my brain. He said they fixed it a couple weeks ago and that metal bases spawned every day. I did not see that. But see, no, I don't do metal bases.
TTS is my motto there.
For the past week or so,
Thursday, Sunday.
The past week or so, they were out like every day, but then it went back to the normal cadence. It seems Tuesday, Thursday.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, good. Awesome.
Okay, skip. Here we go. Question: can we expect any more special ops? So that is from Asan, and I'm going to say yes, we are, because there's got a last chance in one of the special op in the gear store.
That was covered in the focus group, and also Storm Chaser did say that in the focus group that he agreed, because Wrong Thinker had done in a Wrong Thinkers Thinks and a Q&A, that was something that they were working on, and it was definitely that Spec Ops had not gotten the love. And then there was the plan to do the changeover that none of us knew where Wrong Thinker was going, and I imagine that probably put some things on hold until Storm Chaser could be brought into the position that he is. So Storm Chaser is in the position that Wrong Thinker was in, and Wrong Thinker has gone to Battle Pirates, doing exactly the same thing he did for us, War Commander and Battle Pirates. So I think maybe that kind of it wasn't a priority. But yes, to me, as a player, seeing the hand of God in as a last...
Good question, Hutchie, in there. Good question.
Yep. He says that he said they're proposed, yes, 1 a month is the plan. If it doesn't happen, don't shoot them, guys. Seriously, if the wheels fall off the bus and something breaks in the game, which would you rather do? Fix the thing that's really, really broken right in front of you and you can't play the game, or work on a spec op. I mean, just the fact that they're willing to look at the spec ops makes me happy. When are the envoy
There,
they are?
Can I pose a
when
question?
are the envoy tech bases out?
I'm looking at
If there are any.
August map. I don't see the envoy. Somebody else asked me that last night. I don't see the envoy tech bases on the map this month.
From Mr. HH, so is there?
I'm looking. I make a blackout bases, the job bases, survivor, blackout, corpus, Apollos, phalanx, Hades, furies, Drakens. I do not see. Hold on, I'm still going in case they're only going to do it one day. I'm looking. World map hero tokens. Audra, Roland, Nyx. I see Jugs, all levels. I see Heralds, all levels. I see Warrigs, all levels. I do not see any envoy bases on the map this month. I'm looking at the entire calendar. I'm actually looking at Jamar's calendar, which pictures and everything. So I don't see any envoy bases. So to be honest, I wouldn't be able to tell you that. That's a good question for one of the team members.
Yep. So you can pass it on there.
Yeah,
So
feel
you pass
free.
on there.
Can I pose a question to the panel about the spec ops? And Storm Chaser had asked this in Discord, so I figure might as well ask here. So right now, our spec ops are, time-based basically, and some have cooldowns, some don't. But I think it was Storm Chaser proposed an idea. Wanted to get our thoughts. What if it was kind of like charges, like our Jericho tactic, where you get 5 or 6 charges, the 5 or 6 bases that you can use a specific spec op with no cooldown in between. But once you use one charge, it's done, and then you would pay X amount of medals, say for 10 charges or something like that of that spec op, so then you could use it.
Yeah, or medals if it was going to include coin, it's a no-no.
Ooh, that's kind of cool. Did he propose it as in, let's just say I got, I don't know, let's go back to the twin titan up, which people used to manipulate, but let's just say I got a twin titan up. Are you saying that he proposed as in I get to keep that spec op and buy charges? Like keep it like for, not forever, but like keep it for a certain time frame plus buy charges, or keep it like forever and buy charges?
The spec op itself would actually be charges. So once you use all the
instead of time based. So instead of something being an extension, like it's 12 days or it's 12 hours or it's a day and a half. Okay.
It would be used. So, for instance, the Twin Titan, I could use it in 6 bases back to back, cooldown, but then it would be gone or something like that.
So how would that work for like it's electric? You only get so many bases to use it on instead of your hour.
6 bases, yeah. But you get to pick. So, like for instance, it's not draining down on travel time between bases. So then it's actual bases and not.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Me neither. I'm gonna defer to Debo's.
I like 1 hour better, so yeah.
Yeah.
But I can see for some spec ops where I would like that option.
Oh yeah.
The amount of charges and the cost that I would have to, because let's say
it would have to be the cost. Yeah.
Let's say I got 15 to 20 charges for the electric for 10k medals. I might consider it because that's 15 bases I can do with, and I won't be doing that many in an hour. So.
Are you sure though? I mean, it's electric for an hour is pretty fucking beast.
I'm saying
you can
personally.
Get a lot of bases done in an hour.
I get a lot of stuff done in an hour. I can run 3 raids by myself in an hour with one. It's electric, all by myself.
Exactly. And there's then if you want to just put it in raid spec form, you have to get 9 bases done. So if you're doing it by yourself, and you right now you can openly admit to say, because I can do the same, that I could do 3 to 4 raids in an hour.
Yep.
And now you want to break it down to per base, and there's 9 bases that need to be done per raid. That's gonna be kind of tough.
And then you have to go. You have to
Yeah.
go back into your base, into your gear store to buy a new charge to get back in to be able to do what you want to do. Yeah, to me that's a little. It would depend on the spec op.
Yep.
I would not like it for It's Electric. No, I wouldn't. That would frustrate. Although, but I do see where he's going with this, because I mean I don't want to harp on this part, but there were some spec ops that you could manipulate. And I did not like that. And I understand why they kind of didn't give spec ops love for a while, because there were people who were manipulating them, and they were deploying air in 6 or 7 bases at a time and holding a base. And then they would attack just one, and then each one of them would attack, and each one of them would deploy with the spec op running at the same time. And yes, the Twin Titan op was the one that was mostly abused and manipulated. So I do understand where Kixeye's trying to find a way to make these spec ops so they cannot be abused and manipulated. Because remember, some of those spec ops are things that can be used against you as well. I would not want someone to be able to abuse and manipulate that at all. They could abuse it in a toon PvP. They could abuse it on, PvP hitting your base. I like the idea. I see where they're going, but I would not like it for It's Electric. No. Okay, so I say no. I'm with Debo on that one. Next, anybody else on the panel? I've been doing too much talking. I'll shut up now.
How your grand? You good?
Oh, she's been talking a lot.
Right. I mean, well, when do I ever shut up? Never.
I never sleep.
There's William has posted a comment there, and I think I agree with him there, so do you there. I have to say that War Commander is getting to be a fun game, yes. Thank you, Kixeye. Fair play. And the moderators, great communications with Kix. And I have to agree with 100% everything with that there. And so, Kixeye, or one person is saying that Kixeye are making things fun again. I think that's excellent, so do you. I think it's very good, so do you. I don't know how everybody else feels about that there at all.
Yeah, Salty, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, so how do you feel about it?
About the spec ops?
Yeah, like, I mean, do you kind of feel, I mean, give your opinion, but are you kind of like me and Debo, where you wouldn't like that electric, that you'd have to, like, constantly pay metals to recharge it?
Yeah, I wouldn't be a fan of the charges, unless, I mean, it would depend on how many charges you got for how many metals. Really, that's really what it boils down to.
Also, there was something like it seemed more like units that would get deployed. It was like leaning towards that, not so much like the infinite ones. Like It's Electric, where it just stays constant, but like the deploying units. So like war horses or something like that. Well, obviously modern stuff, but 5 purifiers or something like that. Like it would be the deploy ones, so it wouldn't be like timed, but it would be charges. So like, because they said they could make some nice ones, but like Skip was saying, you could exploit them if it was just left with time and not charges for like in like unit spawns.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Oh no, go ahead, Diva.
No, I just want you to keep thinking about the fact that, okay, you want to, go to the war horses. It was 3,000 metals for an hour. Okay, I understand they had a 7-minute cooldown every time you use them, whatever the case may be. But you got to start thinking about, if the juice is worth the squeeze, then yeah, I'm all for it. So if they made it, 1,000 metals per charge, but we all know that price will never be realistic. They're going to make it 3,000 to 5,000 per charge of whatever the spec up might be. So I mean, if I'm paying 3,000 to 5,000 metals per use of the spec up, then I would much rather have the hour long that I can use 500k Thor on and fucking, you know, boost it another 30 minutes or another hour, whatever the case may be, and run it that way. Because, like I said, I mean, they're not going to give us the price of, you know, what a charge should actually cost. We all know that. Like I said, they're going to jack up that cost on it. So if, you know, the spec op is a normal 5 or 10,000 metal cost, and then they want 5 or 10,000 metals per charge, no, I rather give me the timer back. I'll take my chances with the cooldown.
Yeah, because it's already 10K. I get why they're trying. I do understand, and I do appreciate the team for trying to look at it from all kinds of angles and give us options. And again, this is why we do, you know, while we participate in these shows. And again, I'm just participating as a player, well, somewhat contributing as a moderator, but I mean, that's why I love the fact that they're trying to think outside of the box, because they know how things were well, actually, they probably don't know 100% how they were manipulated before. And to be honest with you, I don't know. Maybe that manipulation of the cooldown is just related to the old code. So if they were to create new spec ops, that it wouldn't be able to be manipulated. I think if they could create new spec ops so that players couldn't manipulate them, then I think don't mess with something that's not broken. Does that make sense? Because
don't fix what's not broken.
Yeah, 10K for and don't forget, okay, for people who have lag, okay, so you're not even talking about that. Let's apply the aspect to it. If you're on the map, everybody has been in the middle of doing something. Debo, am I right? You're in the middle of the raid.
And it crashes out.
You have 7 minutes, and its electric dies while you're in the middle of finishing your raid, and you got 2 more bases to do. You're like, what the fuck just happened on Phalanx? Excuse me, what the frack? Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that out loud. So anybody's been in a raid room with me running them understands how much I cuss. You try to get that timing right, but you have to come out of what you're doing to go into your base to then go into your gear store to buy another charge. So again, if they were going to do that, if that's the direction that they decide to go, when you buy the charges, I want all my charges at once. I don't want just one. I don't want to have to keep going in my base, then out of my base, then in my base, and then out of my base to buy a charge, because all you're doing is adding time and lag to me. And if I'm fighting somebody on the map, the last thing I want to do is have to go into my base to buy a charge for something for spec op. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
I mean, hookers. Let's just think of hookers. What if they changed hookers? And they changed it to that where you would have a charge. Oh my God, if you're in the middle of the war, do you want to have to go into your base to buy charges to keep your hookers running, to come back out to fight? Oh my goodness gracious. That would really, sorry, I'm going to say it, fuck with PvP. Mm-hmm. Please don't change the hookers. I mean, as in, please don't give us charges for our hookers. Because once I extend it and I'm in a war and I'm flying all over the map, I know exactly how much time I have and I have a backup hooker ready. So as soon as that hooker, and when it's time to go and I kick her to curb, I go grab my other hooker while she's sitting there waiting for her turn, and I slap her on the ass and put her on. I mean, I'm ready to go. I do that one time. I don't want to have to keep going back in and then coming back out to buy charges, even if it's 5 or 2 or 3 at a time. Too much blah, blah, blah. Okay, sorry, I'll stop blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, I was trying to bring up a valid point. I mean, you guys got to think of it from the way of, like, if you're in your game, think about how, if you had to use a spec op, how you would have to stop what you were doing to activate another charge. Would you want to do that, especially if you're in the middle of a war? I don't think so. That's just my opinion. Stop talking. And I killed the room.
Not yet. They're not yet. They're give us time there. Give us time there. Any other questions in YouTube land there? About CC14, I think it's a big topic there. So is there?
I don't see anything.
I see Lonnie's in the chat. What's up, Lons?
Oh, there you go. Thank you. Come join. Here, Lonnie, Shadow Killer is coming back to the game, so that means you and him have to join.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Positive. And I'm trying my best to get Jano to come back, at least just for some kind of like a legendary show or something. I'm not as a producer, and I want to bring him back as a friend and hang out on the panel. And I want Jano to open up his logs just like Shadow Killer did last night and show how many times all 3 of his accounts got hit during Warpath and the last 3 Warpath events. And I want to see skipjack, 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 skipjack. Oh my goodness. Just for fun. Nothing right now. I heard. Autoplay feature for Spec Ops if you have 5 hookers. When one runs out, it automatically starts the next one. Ooh, that would be cool if you could click the button. Yes. Ooh, yes, because then I wouldn't have to go to the Spec Op box to click it. I wouldn't want it to automatically start right away if I had that many. But ooh, Hunter, that's a cool idea. Oh, Lonnie says we don't want him on the panel. Why not? I love you, Lons. Come on, bring out the Donald. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. See, I can't even do it. I need him on just so he talks like a duck.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Oh, he's not coming on. Maybe some of the units. Which would
Yes, Lonnie, yeah. It was me that said I don't want you on the show there, yes.
And I plan just to give everybody a heads up that, and I think I said it in my goodbye show as a producer, if they will have me, not necessarily on the panel because I know better, but I have been in the YouTubes. If they will have me, I'm subscribed to all the shows. If they'll have me, I'll be there too. So I think it just makes the community better, so that wrong information isn't shared with the community and people get confused or they get upset because, well, I saw and such, but this, because that happens a lot in Discord. You can ask Daba. People come into the Discord general room and they say, and again, it's okay if you use the brand names, but I'm just going to use the brand names. I'm going to say brand name A and brand name B so I don't hurt anybody's feelings. Well, show A said this and shared this information, but show B said this and shared this information. Show B was totally wrong, or which show is right, show A or show B? We don't want it to be like that. It shouldn't be that way. I make mistakes. Geez, in my goodbye show, God, if you guys were paying attention, what was my big new freaking mistake I made at the end of the stupid show? That show was one of the shortest Unshackled shows ever, by the way, in history. It was only 28 minutes. I said that I had made it to the platinum division for the first time ever and got knocked back down to gold.
Yeah, it should have been diamond.
Yes, and then I didn't correct myself when I said it again because I got hit for 570 honor, and then I climbed back up to the diamond division, or was close to it, and just before I hit the diamond division, I got hit again for 300 and some odd honor. So yeah, that was really, really tough to do. So,
Imagine how it feels when you lose 2,800 3 times.
Yeah, but
Fear. How are you, Fear?
But we make people misspeak, but or don't want the wrong information given out to the community. So it's great to have moderators and even other show panel members and producers in the YouTube chats, in the side chats, on the panels. It's a whole different era of War Commander.
Yeah, here's a question to you there. Why not do one of these shows here?
They do.
No, I mean, just exclusively do hangouts with people on there, nobody else.
They're doing it. It's let me try this. Oh my god!
They should do this here.
You know what? It doesn't matter because the shows are already out there, so I know they're already out there.
Okay. No, but they should do it for themselves, and then we can ask them questions.
they do it for Battle Pirates. Okay, they do it for Battle Pirates. When I had said a couple months ago that Kixeye was coming back to the games and they're getting back on the shows, Battle Pirates was one of the first crews. It was not a show that you would normally see related to Battle Pirates. It was the Forsaken Council. The Forsaken Council has been around for quite some time. Forsaken Council, the man who owns that brand, and his co-person reached out to the Battle Pirates team, and they were able to get a lead dev and another person on a show live for Q&A. The show is 2.5 hours long. I'll be glad to share it with anybody who wants to see it. They explained why Battle Pirates and War Commander cannot be migrated completely 100% off of Flash. They explained why there's so many bugs in games because of Flash. I mean, yes, they were talking about Battle Pirates, but everything they said about Battle Pirates with regards to Flash applies to War Commander. Every single thing that lead dev said applies to our game too. I watched the entire 2.5 hour show, including the Q&A. I watched everything, and I learned so much more about this game that I thought that I knew that I didn't know just by watching that show. So now what Kixeye is doing is a live stream podcast, and they are on the pages. So for instance, they post their live podcast. The last one was with Kix Chris and Wrong Thinker. So you guys all know Wrong Thinker. So Kix Chris is the new CM of Battle Pirates because Rampage took a new position at another company. He was their CM. And Battle Pirates now has a new lead dev, which is Wrong Thinker. They did a podcast together in a room, and they've posted it on their Forsaken Council page. So I'm assuming eventually, like Bernie's briefings are right now, eventually we will start having podcasts like that. And they will ask for questions, submission questions. I don't think for legal reasons, I'm speculating, and for personality reasons, and as in not to show bias, I don't think they'll ever open it up as a panel kind of a thing like we do on these shows. I think it'll just be strictly podcast, and I think for legal reasons they will probably not even name names of the players. They may say this player has this question, and the CM will ask Wrong Thinker that question, and then Wrong Thinker will give the answer. So instead of Wrong Thinker Thinks and Wrong Thinker's Q&A and forums, they're going to start doing podcasts. Would you guys like that for War Commander? I might as well ask everybody. Is that something that you would like?
I think that'd be pretty neat.
Yeah.
That'd be neat there, but I'm old school there. I like facing people to do and asking them questions and that there. You know what I mean?
Okay, I gotcha.
You know what I mean? I would like it. I would like this sort of format there. You know what I mean? Maybe not.
How about if they did a YouTube like we do, but they did it closed panel?
Yeah.
And they put a moderator on the side to be the wrench in case somebody acts like a jerk. I mean, seriously, you've seen this, Anton, where somebody gets in there and starts spamming the YouTube, and the questions just get carried. So how about if we did a YouTube closed panel?
I don't know about any sort of format where it's live.
Okay.
It's live.
Okay. All right. I will tell you that, again, because I explained about the timing of the players that work for the team. And again, bar none, this is the best, not to knock any of the other teams because they were great teams. I miss a lot of those people because they don't work for Kixeye anymore. That doesn't mean their games went to shit. I just miss working with those people. But bar none, this is the best Kixeye game team I have ever worked with. And I worked with all of them except for the team for Backyard Monsters. And I probably have worked with them, just never worked with the Backyard Monsters team. So bar none, this is the best. But I think one of the reasons why Bernie's Briefing Room, which there's another podcast coming out, it's Bernie with Storm Chaser, is because each one he's doing is introducing you to the people that are working on the War Commander team that you guys don't know. So once he makes it through all the new people, which I think Storm Chaser is the last one, because you guys got to meet Tony the last time, right? Our art guy.
Yep.
So I think Storm Chaser is the last one. So yeah, I'll throw it out to Bernie and see what he thinks about that.
Also, what you're saying there about, about the game team and the best, this about, you know what I mean? Also, I think all the people that we have on Shackled are the most easygoing, reasonable sort of people that you ever could meet. I think it's about time we met halfway together.
Yeah, I mean, he's been in the last, I want to say,
Before
the last 2 shows, at least Storm Chaser was in the YouTube chat. And one of the shows that he did, I think, was one of the event shows. He stayed in for 2. He did. I'm sorry, it was my Saturday show. I apologize. I take that back. That was my last, other than my goodbye show, that was my last produced War Commander Unshackled show. And David and I did that together, and David knew that he couldn't stay for the whole show. And Storm Chaser stayed in the YouTube chat answering questions for 2 hours. As a matter of fact, we spent more time reading what was in the YouTube chat and then sharing his answers than we did actually. We really did that. The YouTube chat got a whole bunch of love for 2 hours. I mean, you can ask David. It was phenomenal. It was great. He was there for 2 hours. On a weekend, on a Saturday night, for crying out loud. He should be going out partying with his dudes and dudettes.
And just living like there. But, in the game there, sometimes people think it's them and us.
Right.
It should be them and us and us.
Oh, and I consider, I mean, again, you guys all think it's us as moderators kissing Kick-Size ass or Unshackled kissing Kick-Size ass. No, 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 no. Please let me clarify and make it 100% clear. I consider Kick-Size part of the community. They are part of the community. It's not us versus them. It should never be that way. It's not me kissing their ass, or I'm not a producer anymore, so I can say this. It was never me as a producer kissing their ass. It was including them as a member of the community. So if they ask us, hey, on your next show, could you show this, this, and this, because we're not quite understanding what these players are talking about. Or if they came to me or Daba or whatever and said, we're seeing an uptick in tickets relating to this issue. And then I went to you guys as producers. Obviously, we didn't share that with the community at large. We're talking about the producers page. Say, hey, Kick-Size would like to see the following because they can't replicate what's going on. It's so much easier to share it live on a show than to send the show to them and tell them the time and date stamp and have them look at it and go, oh, shit, we need to fix that. Am I wrong?
No, and I wish they would do that more often.
Yeah, and we have. So when people accuse me
of a glitch or a no glitch, and people put in tickets to say that this is happening to me or my Dina is going mad.
Instead
it's going straight into the base or not there. And could you please not like record it not there, but Unshackled or a City Show or a Roy Show not there? Like if you're doing a show there, could you please try and show this there, please? On the quiet.
If you're having a problem and and it's not on us and them, go. If you're having a problem and it's not happening, let's just say today is Saturday, my time. If we're not having a problem today, and let's just say, and I'm going to say BB until they come up with a new name. They have a show on Monday, okay? If all of a sudden the wheels fall off the bus on Monday, please, for the love of Pete and Mary and Joseph, go to the BV show, get in the YouTube chat and say, can you please share the following because the wheels have fell off the bus. And here's the reason why I'm saying that. Not everybody can record what's happening. Not everybody has compression. Recording software, for that matter, and compression software. It's so much easier to have a show do it.
Also, a comment there on YouTube there, not there.
It can go right
there. Hunter said a very poignant sort of remark. Show players the process. And that's what
it goes right to it. I mean, they can go right to it. The team can look at the time and date stamp, and they're like, that's not supposed to be doing that.
But in general, they're show players a process. I think that's.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm so glad he repeated. Thank you, Zachary. I was afraid you were going to go there and not hit repeat.
And that's an exact thing. So, as a show players a process, and once you show players a process, we're like a bouncy castle. We're jumping all over it.
Yeah. it's great the amount of information that's being shared out there. So now you have City, and you've got the Situation Room, and you've got, and I'm going to say BV because Nut and Killer Queen have given me permission to say that. In the meantime, you have BV. I don't know if they're going to choose another name or not, but that's what it is. You've got their show. You've got Unshackled. And believe it or not, while I was searching for something that had to do with Lonnie and CM Bernie, because they both play Fortnite, even though I'm subscribed to Lonnie's Twitch channel, for some reason, it wouldn't bring him up in my list of subscribed things. While I was doing that, I'm like, well, hell, I'll do a search for War Commander. There's 3 or 4 guys out there that do live Twitch streams for War Commander. And they've been doing it for months. I didn't even know. I think that's awesome. I think there's guys that are just going out there doing their own thing. They're like how Zachary's doing. They're showing how they do the bases, and they explain it, their units that they're using and why they're using those, and their schematics. Now, granted, you have to catch it live, but I've now subscribed to all those channels, and I hopefully to get the Twitch notification, so when they go live again, I can go watch and see what they're doing. Not because I'm trying to crawl up their butt, because I want to see what are these guys doing. I think this is great. I think it's awesome. Is Lonnie still in the side chat? Sorry.
Hunter's asking if we could show the railguns not hitting the Cerberus streams. Some of the authorities.
Live stream the focus groups with YouTube chat. Okay, great idea, Hunter, and it would be interesting. I would like to maybe suggest that, except sometimes the people who are in the focus groups in the past have not behaved. That's like the best generic thing I can say. So if they were sharing it live, then there might be like an issue. Kind of like when we have a show, and I don't produce anymore, woohoo! But kind of like when you have a show and somebody gets on the show and things go out of hand, or they start doing something they're not supposed to, you just click that little button and they behave the first 20 minutes or first hour, and then you click the button, you have to boot them. Not everybody that gets invited back again, ever. And not every single person that gets invited has made it to the end of a focus group, I don't think. Yes. Yes. We don't want to share it live and have somebody be playing porn in the background. Yeah, you don't. There he is. Okay, so a guy is 46 in his drone and missile.
What's up?
3 and 4. What's up? Fuck you. What's up, Lon?
What's up, guys?
What's new?
Shit.
What's shaking?
Same old.
Do we have any sloppy Lonnies today?
Not today.
Man, do you know I told somebody that recipe and now they're going out to try it?
Oh, dude, they'll fall in love.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sloppy Q is what it is.
Jim and I made it and tried it, and we loved it. It was absolutely awesome.
Really? Yeah, it is.
Actually, we almost did like the shit on the shingle kind of a thing. So we did toasted bread because I had homemade bread that I had done. So we toasted the bread, and then we did the sloppy on top. Oh my God, it was so good. And then I got really bad. My second helping, yes, I was a total pig. I did the shingle first, and then the sloppy Lonnie on top, and then I put another shingle on, and I poured just a little bit of sloppy Lonnie on top. Oh my God, it was so good. Oh, I wanted to get my camera out.
I'm good, guys.
I wanted to get my camera out and do a live stream and say, thank you, Lonnie, for my sloppy Lonnie. It was awesome.
I may have to start my own cookbook.
Yeah, I think you should.
Yeah, fuck that. I can't even hardly run a Twitch channel, let alone a fucking cookbook.
Oh, you're doing fine on your Twitch channel.
So what's up, guys? I hear that I hear Shadow's coming back. I mean, I gotta come back just to flat him. I mean, I'll do it.
He's coming back.
I'm probably just a little step ahead of him still. You know, I left after he did,
and he's going to be. And he did share that. I believe he shared it live, but he's going to be away for a day on Monday or tonight, until Monday. So he's going to be doing Wednesday show. Heads up, everybody. Anybody who's still watching, thank you for hanging in there. Shadow Killer will be with David. I'm sorry. Frack. David, I love you, darling. I just doxed you. He will be on live with Dark Shadows on Wednesday's show. But, yeah, he already started his upgrades and started collecting resources and stuff.
Well, I did get my judge, so I'm a little ahead of him on that route. Thanks to Dava and some other people.
Oh, that was nice. Yes.
Yeah, they helped me. They not only helped me get it, but they showed me how to do it. And
yeah, because
I still got it a little bit. I still got a little bit. I still got my touch a little bit. It's still there. It's just. Hey,
Lonnie, what was the stipulation to that? To us helping you with that, though?
I don't know. He was doing it with my twin brother, and I can't remember what you guys agreed on, or.
So we said if we help
some sort of Dappa gold involved. I'm not sure that.
Oh no.
We said if we helped him, we couldn't
quit. Not the Dappa gold.
If we invested time to get him the judge, he couldn't quit the game again. That was him. But he
quit. I still log in from time to time. Start upgrades.
He logs. Yeah, he does. He logs in. He's so far behind.
Look at my base now. Look at my base now. There's upgrades going.
Yeah, you got stuff going now.
I'm keeping upgrades going. I just started them today though, but it's so hard, man. I don't know, man. I got so many games I gotta grind. It's just freaking rough. And I'm trying to decide whether, to cut Fortnite off completely, because you just don't get a lot of views on Twitch with Fortnite, because all the big names are taking up the views, and I think I might have a better chance of getting views with World of Warships, so I'm leaning toward that. Or maybe War Commander.
As a person who invested when they asked for investments, when they first came out, Jim has gone back to try to, fiddle with it a little bit. He's playing Battle Pirates again too. So I love the graphics and stuff that's in World of Warships. I don't like it. Let me try this again. I don't like World of Tanks better than War Commander because of the graphics. I like World of Warships better than Battle Pirates because of the graphics. It is a fun game to play, but I'm so far behind. I think it would take me forever to catch up.
Not in Warships, no. It won't take you. You would be surprised. I mean, you gotta think you ain't gotta worry about repairs. That's a big deal. I mean, once that battle's over, you can take that ship out again. I mean, if you die, then go back to the port. You can't use that ship until the battle's over. But I got like 30 other ships I can use. It's just what tier do I want to play, and do I want to go to the big battleship or whatnot. But anyway, yeah, I just want to stop in and say hello, guys.
Hello.
And I guess the Shadow's coming back. It means I got to come back too. So
yeah, but
I'll be playing every now and again, touching it. So I just want to come in and say hello, and I'm going to take off, guys. You guys have a good show. Finish it up. Peace out, guys.
Love you, Lonnie.
Love you.
Hey, Lonnie, you take care
there. Anton.
Lonnie.
Yeah.
You saw the first video, right? That Destry did, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so as soon as the second one's done, I mean, I'll PM it to you, but I'm going to post that on the Unshackled page. Is that okay with you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure. I want to ask your permission first.
Hell yeah. All right. I'm down for that.
All right, sweetie.
Take care, guys.
All right. See you, Lonnie. The one, are you still here?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, so is REF enemy?
Yes. Is the show off live?
No, we're still going there.
I want to see if I can go catch that guy's tune because he's hitting a 35. I want to try to hit his tune.
I jumped in a second. It's 2 hours now. I don't even remember.
I want to see if I can catch his tune. I don't care if it's a buggy. I want to see if I can catch it just so I can hit him.
Yeah, there was one guy that his platoon went like 10, 20 times faster than a normal platoon.
Ah, shoot, I won't make it there in time. Daggone it, he finished.
I think we're going to round this one off there, so we are there. So, Dubba, any shout outs?
Shout out to Storm Chaser for being there, and whoever else dealt with the judge bases not spawning and getting them in a quick, timely manner, and also extending them. Shout out to Kickside for that, and all those people. Shout out to Kickside in general for making the game fun again. I know Wrong Thinker many moons ago said on a live show he was going to make War Commander great again, and I think he set the path for all that. And with Storm Chaser now taking the boots, he definitely took the reins and took off running, so that's good. Shout out to Sector 113, and final shout out to those playing PvP and whatever. Just remember, it's just a game. Keep the chat clean and all that stuff, and just enjoy War Commander without the politics.
Okay, Skip.
Yes, dear. Ditto to what Daba said. I said it on City Shows as well. Try to keep the stuff more game related. It's okay for trash talk and stuff, but try to keep the trash talk game related. Remember that we're all part of the human race. Whatever it is that's going on in your life, regardless of how frustrated you are, try not to take it out on somebody else. It's just not cool. Shout outs to the community who have made changes after spending a little bit of time with me in a hangout. And I see that difference, the alteration of their I don't want to say egos. That's the wrong word, because that implies that I'm saying that the person has an ego problem. The people who have altered their attitudes and really has adjusted their gameplay and the things that they say in chat. I appreciate those of you who have done that. It means a lot to see that people are trying to make an effort. Shout out to Unshackled Show. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for having me on the panel. Shout out to everybody who screen shared. I think it was really great information, and I'm going to make sure that if people ask me a question about how to do a certain base or do it a certain way, now that I'm not a producer or affiliated directly with any one show, I can say, well, they covered that on City Show, or well, they covered that on, I don't know what city's going to name his show yet, so he doesn't have a name yet. So they covered that on Shackled. I'll say they covered that on the Situation Room. I'll say that on anybody that has it. So shout out to the panel for sharing that information and going over all that information. And shout out to you, Anton, because it's been a long time, darling. And I love seeing you on the Saturday show and keeping it classy.
Rock and roll there. Long mate, rock and roll there.
Yep.
What you guys indulge there? Thank you, kindly.
Yep, keeping it classy. And that's you know what, one more person, because I missed it in my goodbye show. So one more person, because he gave me permission to say so. I would like to shout out, I'm going to get in so much trouble for this. I don't care. I would like to shout out to Stuart, because Stuart is actually one of those people that we just have one of those kind of relationships that we just agree to disagree. Stuart's one of those kind of people that I did have one of those conversations with on many occasions, and not for everything, but if I see him not being cool, he has been open to me talking to him and having discussions, and he has made an effort to occasionally change the way he treats others in the sector, or he just leaves. So I'm going to give a shout out to Stuart, because if I ever run my own show, you damn Skippy, he's going to be the first person on my panel. So hold on to your britches, everybody. If I ever decide to do my own Twitch stream or live stream, Stuart, it's going to be closed panel, and he's going to be the only person on the panel with me because everybody thinks that we're mortal enemies, and I would like to be mortal enemies live with Stuart in front of everybody. So hold on to your
just rock and roll whatever you way.
We're gonna rock and roll, and we're gonna have fun. He's gonna call me names, and I'm gonna call him names, and I guarantee you, my channel will probably be reported a million gazillion times. I don't care because I'm gonna have fun. It's gonna be the best fun. Keep your friends close, your enemies closer. Stuart is all about Stuart, and he owns it. Kind of like shoot, I didn't ask his permission. Kind of like the Doc. God bless. Whoever you are, own who you are. Be who you are and stay true to yourself. So my shout out is to Stuart. He owns who he is and never apologizes for who he is or what he is unless he knows that he's 100% in the wrong, and then he does apologize. So my last shout out is to Stuart. There you go. I'm done.
Thank you, Candy. Thank you very much, sir. Skip. Salty.
Yes, sir. I'd like to give a shout out to you, Anton. Thank you for having me. Panel, YouTube. Thanks for coming out, guys. Kick's team doing a great job. Just basically Daba, Skip, you guys covered all that stuff, so I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Have a great night.
Thank you there. And will you come back more often there, sir?
I will make an effort to come on more often.
Thank you, Candy. That you're a wise man, so you are there, and we all like your input. The one.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm still here.
The Mr. One.
A shout out to the whole panel, and thank you for having me on again. And a big shout out to the YouTube for still watching because it's a long show. And a shout out to my bed because I really want to go to bed now.
Thank you, Candy. There, very good there. Mr. Rommel. Well, Mr. Rommel's still doing his bases there, and again, we're going to start a GoFundMe page for him to get 54 earphones there for him there, and microphones the way he can do this and speak. But as Zachary said, they're not there. A shout out to all the panel as well there, and myself. Thank you, Candy. Shadow Killer there is coming back. I just won the lottery, so I have there.
Yeah.
Thank you to everybody on the panel there, not there. Thank you to Skip Chat. And also to Jackaroo. I don't think he'll come on. I think he'll go to a concert there. Thank you very much for coming on there early on there. And to Champ, and Miss Champ there. Champ should be on there more often there. Miss you, Champ there, buddy. And also to everybody on YouTube. Keep it classic, guys and dolls. Good night, everybody there. Take care.